Along with you. Good morning, everybody watching on the good old-fashioned radio, 97.5 FM, WPEN FM, the Fanatic app. Listen on the Fanatic app. If you don't have the Fanatic app, download it. It is amazing. Tell Alexa to listen to 97.5 The Fanatic. You can listen to Middays with Marks. Good morning, everybody out on YouTube. Good morning, YouTube. Subscribe to 97.5 The Fanatic on YouTube. Watch our show live. Get involved in the conversation. You can watch it on demand whenever you want to. As we say good morning to Mr. Ray Dunn. Good morning, Raymond.
Morning, Johnny. Can't believe it's only Thursday.
Why? What does it feel like?
Felt
Saturday?
like a Friday.
Does it?
It did feel like a Friday.
Well, you had a long... You went away with the Lady Owls. You were connecting at airports. You were in San Antonio. You were on the tarmac waiting for the plane to take off. You've had a long week.
I think the conference schedule's thrown me off because there used to be so many Wednesday games. And I come back, I'm like, all right, Thursday, Friday, it's done. Last night I was putting together the show sheet. I was like, why does it say tomorrow's Thursday?
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Tomorrow was Thursday.
And today is
confirmed.
Thursday.
Today is Thursday.
Well, good morning to you as we welcome Sean Brace in, who is ready for spring training. Hi, Sean.
Yeah, we got plenty of time to talk about why I'm wearing this jersey. But, yeah, you know why it feels like it should be a little bit further in the week than Thursday? Because what we witnessed last night, that absolute drubbing. I mean, that put years on my life last night.
It took years off your life?
Excuse me, years off my life, yes. 49-point loss to the New York Knicks.
It didn't even take 1 second off my life. So Joel Embiid's ruled out. I don't know why I didn't see this coming, but I guess maybe because of the point spread. Sixers are 2.5-point favorites going into the game. There's no indication that Embiid wasn't playing.
Yeah.
If Embiid wasn't playing, did that line then shoot when it was announced? I'm assuming the line moved.
It shifted, yeah.
Right. So I didn't even think about it.
But the issue was that the Knicks just came off a game against the Pacers that
They're
lost
back-to-back, yeah.
overtime, and man, that was a track meet up there at MSG. It was an impressive game by the Pacers, and the Knicks balled out too as well. I think they tallied up 130 something in that. So I kind of thought that this was going to be an opportunity for the Sixers.
Well, it's a good point. Even without Embiid, why couldn't they beat the Knicks without Embiid?
To put up a fight, John.
Last game before the All-Star break, and it looked like that for the Sixers last night. And with Joel Embiid, and I actually had a lot of people. I found out Embiid wasn't playing. I got some DMs of people that were furious. Like, here we go again with Embiid. He's injured. Because it wasn't just they were giving him time off. It was that he came off of the Phoenix game, and the knee was sore. Guess what, everybody out there? The knee's probably sore every game, after every game. It's just for this particular case, that was the reason to hold him out. The Sixers have been fined a lot of money this year for too much load management, right? So this gives them a chance. The last game that they played was on Saturday, I guess. So this gave them the chance to get Embiid off his feet. He doesn't play in a game. They don't play again because of the All-Star break till next Thursday. So he gets an extended rest. He gets treatment. And then hopefully he's ready to go for that second half of the season. So I'm not, you know why I guess I didn't have years taken off my life?
Yeah.
I turned it off.
Oh, no.
Think I was going to watch that?
Yeah, no,
Second half?
I built it up, and shame on me for building it up. It is the NBA. You know, we understand how these things play out, but I thought that this was going to be an opportunity. Again, leading up into the game, I did not know that Joel Embiid was going to miss the game. So I was building it up like, all right, getting a couple boys together. We're going to go out. I thought in my mind for the last 48 hours I was going to the game. It only really, like, I pulled off of it once Embiid was ruled out. I was still up in the air.
You were still thinking about going down.
I was looking on the Game Time app. Numbers were coming down. Prices were pretty cheap. You could have gotten the building last night for $33.
As many Knicks fans did.
And I wanted to go because of that reason, right? And you know how I am. I'm a Game Time decision with the two kids. I can't, hey, I'm going to the game, and I got to.
You got to feel it out. What's going on?
Feel it out. Yes, yeah. Exactly. They came back from the Nut Factory. Everybody was happy. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go to this Knicks game. All right. No, you know what? I'm going to stay local. Anyway, so we go out. Yeah, man, and I did not see that type of beatdown. There were reasons to believe that the Sixers were going to at least put up some sort of effort. Shame on me, John. 138-89, just disgusting display all across the board, including Alvarado. I just want to start there because that's the issue that I think a lot of Sixer fans are in agreement with me on. It's like, here you got a guy that they went out and got, the New York Knicks picked up, pennies on the dollar, and this guy has had an automatic influence on that offense, including last night, where he goes for 8 3-pointers, John Marks, 8 threes off the bench. He was on fire. Finished with 26 points. Gee, I would love if Daryl Morey and the 76ers organization could have added and helped out our roster.
Oh, what? Try to make your team better?
A little bit.
After your star center says, after your star center says, yeah, we've been ducking the luxury tax. So what do? You trade Jared McCain for what he considered. What was the quote that he said, Ray, that they got in return for Jared McCain?
A good haul, right?
A good haul, like more than they thought they were going to get.
Yep.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, really? So the low first-round draft pick and some second-round picks is such a great haul. And then he tries to pretend that, well, we made that trade because then we were going to use the proceeds of that trade and then make another trade, which you know is total BS because that's not the way you do things. And then so now you don't make any trades at all. And you're not I mean, Grimes is out that first game. And you had to put Kyle Lowry in there. You're so thin at guard. Now, he didn't play last night, but still.
Because of how bad he looked in that one quarter he got out there against against Portland, I believe.
He's Juwan Howard and Haslam at this point. Oh, my goodness. If you're relying on him for any kind of minutes, and I'm not trying to rip Kyle. He's had a great career.
He's Coach Lowry.
He is.
He's coach.
He's there to make sure the younger guys are taken care of.
Can I just ask you, and you know, we understand how it works. He's not going anywhere, but isn't it like a fireable offense that this is the roster you're putting out there? Right? Like, it's got to be more at Morey. Like, and he's not getting fired. I understand that, but
not yet.
The fact is this is the team you're putting out there. You're trying to sell me on Kyle Lowry getting minutes. I don't care if it's a few in Portland on the last game.
Well, point your finger at the owner. I don't think Daryl Morey wanted to trade Jared McCain. That was a financial decision.
No doubt. And that's why I say he's not getting fired because he's doing the ultimate job for the owner.
But doing what he's got to do. But it doesn't make the team any better. No, last night I had the exact same thought, which was, yeah, the Knicks winning the championship this year? Probably not. Did that mean that they weren't going to go out and try to make themselves better to trade deadline? They obviously did.
Yep.
Because the window is there, and they're a good team. They're a good club, as somebody once said.
They are a good club. Also,
got a really good club.
Also, Cup champions. Don't forget that. Cup champions. Do you respect the Cup? I do. NBA Cup champions.
It's one more championship than the Sixers have won.
Hang the banner.
Wouldn't that be great if they won the Cup?
Oh, you better believe we're hanging a banner if we won the Cup.
Oh, I will. Ray, you know the bulldozer? I'm
standing right in front of it.
I'm chained to the bulldozer if they try to put up a banner.
We're anti.
Absolutely.
I'm pushing you out of the way.
Nope.
Are you kidding me? I want a parade. I want a parade around City Hall. Just complete laps. I want 50 laps around City Hall. That's all I want.
Yeah, the Embiid MVP and the Cup. Yep, that's what we would get.
I'm trying to get down there.
So last night aside, all right, first half, 76ers first half, what do we say? I say, great. Big thumbs up, man. Embiid, although he didn't play last night, and you're always going to have concerns about the knee because it is a degenerative knee condition. He's never going to be 100%.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be managed through it, and I don't know what that means, and at any point he could be done. That's just the truth. At any point he can be done. He's looked better in this last stretch than he's looked in a really, really long time.
Oh, it's incredible, to see what he's been able to improve over the month by month.
And it's also working in conjunction with the rest of the team. It works. These guys know how to play with him. He knows how he needs to. He realizes that with Maxey and with Edgecombe, and Edgecombe's been really good at knowing when he needs to shoot more. Like with Embiid not in there, Edgecombe is a little bit of a different or a different offensive player than when Embiid's in there. He doesn't mind playing point guard a little bit more. But Maxey's been great. Barlow's been great. They have a real rotation. Is it deep enough? Probably not, but they have a real rotation.
Deep team.
Yeah, you know what I didn't want to see last year?
Oh, God,
we didn't even mention Paul George. Because coming into the season, were we sure it wasn't going to be another disaster?
Nope.
I wasn't.
No, right there with you.
And it hasn't been, and it doesn't look like it's going to be. And I'm actually looking forward to see what happens in the playoffs this year.
So you're saying first half from the season as we ride off into the All-Star
Big
break.
thumbs up.
Yeah, 30 and 24. It's hard to argue that, right? The one thing I would say, and it's not pushing back, it's just I want to gauge your thoughts on this one. The 76ers are 11 and 12 without Joel Embiid. Like, one of my big talking points from the offseason with Joel Embiid was, like, he has that lasting effect that if you're a teammate, if you're somebody that's getting minutes and you expect to play with the big man, you have to change everything in that following game. And I feel like that there's a little bit of an issue in those next games. And, of course, 11 and 12, though, without Embiid in those games, those 20, quick math, to 23, right? 11, 12, there you go. Nice work by me. Thank you. 23 games. Shouldn't it be better in that? Or are we just waving the white flag? No Joel Embiid, and, like, this is what you're going to get.
Yeah. But let me, like, imagine if Embiid played 30 games and they were 19 wins in those games.
Yeah.
Imagine when Embiid didn't play, they were as good or better without Embiid. So that's the other thing you could have is you could have like, yeah, they're good with Embiid, but they're just as good without him. Why do they have him? Right? They need Embiid.
Oh God, yeah, he is the only reason why you could look at this team in a different manner.
Yeah,
as
you
far
can
as contender.
You can squint and say, can they win a second series? They can. It's going to be matchups. We were talking about it a little bit yesterday. They could play the Knicks. Like as of right now, with where they are as 6, they could end up playing the Knicks. They could end up playing the Cavs if they could get the 4-5. I would love to see a Knicks series. I would love to see a Cavs series. James Harden coming in there, yell at him.
I'm looking at both of those series right now. And for the guy that said they're a contender for the East, I don't see them beating either one of those teams.
Probably not.
It honestly is still leader in the clubhouse for worst take of the year on this show. The 76ers are contenders for the East.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's good. Like I have to somewhat stand by it, but man, I was feeling that Houston Rocket win just a little bit too much.
You're allowed to overreact after a nice win.
Just a little bit.
It hadn't been a good recent history for the 76ers. It went from where it really felt like this team at some point's getting over the hump. They have too much talent. Embiid's too great of a player. And then
just stay healthy. Get them to the playoffs. Just stay healthy. They can't look at it like that anymore. And it would be interesting to see Paul George if he was in a lineup because he did look good. Now, we know it wasn't PEDs. He was not suspended for PEDs, right?
Still no follow-up to it.
I got a little feedback the other day after our show when he got suspended.
Yeah, drugs.
It was something for the mental that they were throwing out there, and it's a new way of treating it.
Ketamine.
Oh, things are said, right? We're allowed to discuss this in an open environment.
I talked about it that day.
I thought you did.
Yeah, no, there was there is a movement for Brian Seltzer, who used to work at the Fanatic and he did Sixers pre and post game.
Great guy.
He does podcasts and stuff now.
Love Seltzer.
For news radio, and he did something on ketamine. He did an entire episode, an entire podcast on ketamine and how it's being used by mental health experts.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
People are taking microdosing mushrooms. Out in California, everybody's microdosing mushrooms, apparently.
See, we can continue to talk about these until we hear exactly from him, and hopefully he will eventually give us exactly what happened. And, these things aren't allowed in the NBA, but he was doing it for a specific reason. I think we can all understand. Now,
can I get a prescription of ketamine,
Well,
Sean?
you know what? I need to go in a K-hole after what happened last night, for crying out loud. 49-point loss to the New York Knicks.
The problem is that for a while, people thought cannabis should have been legalized for a long time. But the facts were, if you got caught with it on you, you were going to get. Where I grew up, if you got caught with a dime bag of pot on a traffic stop, you're in the paper as drugs.
Correct.
Possession of narcotics.
Things have changed.
Things changed a lot.
Yeah.
Right. But as of right now, you can't get a prescription for ketamine.
No.
And I'm not saying he did that. I'm just.
Exactly. These are the things we're just tossing out there because we know it's not PEDs. He would have got a prescription for them, whether Adderall,
Well, it could. I mean, it could be That's not a PED though. It is, but it's also used in mental health for ADD, ADHD.
But you would have got a prescription for that stuff, though.
You should have. No, you're right. You should have, but that's also like
he's 35. He's been in the league for a long time.
If he indeed got popped for that, and like that's where it's like, well, you're really stupid because all you have to do is go to a doctor,
correct,
and get it approved. The NBA don't want to tell you can't take Adderall if you have a legitimate reason to take Adderall. So, like, you know what? Who the hell knows?
Half this, I don't know. A lot of people I know that are prescribed Adderall. I have no idea how. God bless you.
Well, you go to the doctor and you say, I can't concentrate.
It's like, all right.
Cool. I'm all over the place. I go to work and I can't.
My wife will tell you that she claims that I need to go see a doctor. I have ADHD, right? Is that shocking? No. But I'm also 44 years old. I don't really, like,
just get some ketamine. We'll be fine.
I made it this far, right? I don't know. Meanwhile,
Can we get you there? Can it be content? Can we bring the camera to the doctor?
I'm in.
Can we get a doctor to call in and diagnose Sean with ADHD?
Need to do the GLP-1s first, all right? Let's get that.
Let's get you some of that first. Agreed.
Go.
Ray, thumbs up on the 76ers first half.
Yeah, thumbs up on the first
Big
half.
thumbs up.
A thumbs up. Yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that Embiid's healthy. I'm thrilled that Maxey looks the way Maxey has. VJ Edgecombe was always the pick, so that's nice. That's good.
Are they competing in the second round of the playoffs? Are they in a game 6 in the second round? And we're telling ourselves, yes, they can win the series.
Oof. Making me commit to a lot here.
Hey, can we get that oof?
Sounded like Romo there.
Yeah, sorry. Eesh, this is the what are we question. Yeah, I don't know how much I could commit to.
Yeah, that's a no.
That's
That's a
second
no.
round.
That's a
Yeah.
no.
I really do believe Paul George makes a difference.
You do.
I do. I really do. He's been playing well. He's been filling in those spaces, doing a little bit of the dirty work. Like, there were multiple times that I tweeted something positive about Paul George this year.
No, I don't disagree.
And I could not believe that I was doing that because I wanted to give him his fair shake. And I thought, look, this is a guy that's not good. You know, Doc Rivers was, I believe, inducted into the Hall of Fame yesterday. How about that?
Don't know basketball.
Yeah.
Yep. And he had a funny story where Perkins was like, hey, you remember when we made that trade for KG and Ray Allen? You called me in the office. And then Doc goes, yeah, I told you that it's the big 3, not the big 4. Right? And Perky needed to understand, like, hey, man, you got
the big 3.
Correct. You got to play your role. All right. And then now I think Paul George, albeit he's 35 years old, but he knows his role.
It's not, he got paid. It's for him, This isn't about ego. I agree with you. It's not about ego. Here's what he needs to do. He needs to, that role we're talking about, he needs to figure out exactly what it is, and then the rest of the team, and then they need to settle into that. And he needs to play his role. On some nights where he's hot, hey, man, keep shooting that 3.
Yep.
Keep shooting the 3. On nights maybe not, and other people are. Maybe you're only taking 7 shots. And I think he can do that. No, I like Paul George is only going to make this team better once he comes back. I'm not worried about that. Is it good enough to beat the Knicks or the Cavs? That's really the question.
That is the question. Doc Rivers, a finalist, 21 names. He is a finalist for the Hall of Fame this year. I think we can all agree Doc Rivers is a Hall of Famer.
Whether you like it or not.
Would I agree? Sure.
Well, you know how the Hall of Fame
The
works.
Basketball Hall of Fame is different than...
They throw high school in that bad boy.
It's a dumbass question.
There's nothing. I'm telling you, the Doc Rivers soundboard is the best soundboard.
Doc it's good.
It's even better than Sirianni.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So much good.
Yeah, and Sirianni's
That's
good.
in my notes.
Doug Peterson was good.
Lose my freaking mind. We better figure this out.
Gabe Kapler was great. But Doc
Love
may
it.
be the most versatile.
Or Gabe gave you stuff?
Here we go again.
Oh, my God.
For
Gabe-
soundboard?
Yes.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, because he was
Love
a cliche machine.
Oh, yeah.
Love it.
One time I interviewed him live at the I think it was, I don't know if it was the ALS when they do the ALS fundraiser, and there's no game, but you're at the ballpark and all the fans come in.
Yep.
And I was maybe that was the year before, but I was asking him about eating the ice cream and spitting it out. Or like the story with Gabe was he would have ice cream, but he would spit it out. Or he would have one potato chip from a bag. He wanted less to do with, like, literally nothing to do with it. He moved on very quickly from that conversation.
He's with the Marlins right now, right?
I think he's the GM.
Funny thing is, I remember when I was actually trying to lose weight a couple years ago, and I was doing well. And I actually had somebody that was trying to manage, like, look at what I ate and everything.
Gabe Kapler was?
Well, similar. One of the things that they put for, like, treats was 7 chips. They literally put 7 Tostitos chips. 7. I go, come on, dude. What are we doing here? 7?
But you can't eat more because
I know.
if it's not a specific amount. But do you want to eat just 7 chips?
Hell no.
No, but Gabe called me Marksy at one of the broadcasts. He goes, oh, Marksy.
Marksy.
And it was like, love it. It was like Marksy. And it was clean. And it was great. Marksy.
I was actually a Kapler fan to
I
a
love
point.
Gabe.
To a point, yeah.
Yeah, they should have fired him.
Oh, absolutely.
But I liked him when he was here.
He got booed. I didn't really like that on opening day.
Yeah. I mean,
that was wrong.
I probably liked him for the non-managing stuff than the managing stuff.
Good-looking cat.
Hey, I mean, listen, if I was
What did he smell like?
great,
Oh, yeah?
very clean.
Man, I'm trying to get down there.
Very clean. All right, coming up. this Mayfield. Spring training yesterday. You have your spring training Cleveland Indians jersey on, number 99, Rick Vaughn. The Phillies yesterday. We'll talk more Phillies today. But Whit Merrifield is going to join us coming up next. Whit, who is now embarking on a post-career, was briefly a Philly, but he had talked about Rob Thompson being the favorite manager that he's ever had. And this is a guy that played in the big leagues for a long time and was only in Philly for a little bit. I want to know why he says that and why Rob has been successful. And he knows the dynamic of this clubhouse being here. I would like the biggest issue for me this year isn't right now that they didn't add Bo Bichette, because we can't make that happen anymore. But they need to do something else with this lineup. And I'm advocating Bryce Harper get moved up to 2 and you move Schwarber back, or even make Schwarber a cleanup hitter. The lineup you have to mess around a little bit. If you can't bring in new players, you have to mess around a little bit. So I want to get Witt's thoughts on all of that, and then some baseball stuff too.
Witsy.
Who's the nastiest pitcher that he ever went up against?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Especially with the spring training. Those videos got me fired up yesterday.
I'm ready to go.
We got a really good club.
All right, that's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Crushed by the Knicks, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Knicks beat the Sixers 138-89. Yep, that was the score, 138-89 last night at Xfinity Mobile Arena. The Sixers found themselves down by 30 at the end of the first half. Maxey had 32 points. They now head to the All-Star break, where he'll be a starter in the All-Star game, also participating in the three-point competition. Phillies spring training is underway. Zach Wheeler met with the media yesterday, talked about a number of things, including his recovery.
Getting the repetitive throwing, just making sure everything's in time and in sync. And, I think the next thing is probably just moving back further. Then we'll do the flat grounds and then off the mound a little bit.
For a conversation on what's going on with the Phillies and his impressions of Rob Thompson, Whit Merrifield joins us coming up in the next segment. Former Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo has found a new home as he gets a job as the pass game coordinator for the Miami Dolphins. This update is brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first. For a quote today, you're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, best bird dog in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
Merrifield.
Oh, how about that? Little Dan Baker for you.
Is it a B level Dan Baker? C?
I would say probably. I'll give you C+.
I really need a wall to do it.
Yeah, man. Like, it was good.
It was good? Didn't sound like you actually believed it.
I mean, C+. I mean, look, put a little juice in it.
Do we want Witt to be a second baseman or a left fielder? I'm gonna try it again for him.
I would say left. I would say left field.
No, I'm going second.
All right, second base. Here you go.
All right.
Yep.
Ready?
Now batting for the Phillies, second baseman, Whit Merrifield.
Oh, much better. Much better.
As former Philly long Major League Baseball career, Whit Merrifield joins the show. Whit, John Marks and Sean Brace and Ray Dunn in Philly. How are you?
I'm good, guys. I'm used to hearing some booze after that, so I appreciate that clap.
Yeah, so you were here, and it was I guess you went to the Braves. That the Braves picked you up after you left the Phillies in 2024. But I was looking at your numbers again this morning, and you led the 3 straight years. You led the league in at bats. Now we're talking pre-COVID, during COVID, after COVID, but still. You had 735 plate appearances in 2019.
Oh my goodness!
162 games, 2 years in a row. If you separated by COVID,
you had to be tired of hearing your walk-up song that year.
Yeah, it wasn't Mr. Brightside back then.
No,
I forget what it was. It fluctuated. I wasn't a one song guy. I like to mix it up. Like you just.
Yeah.
Missed a lot of at bats. After a while, it gets kind of old. So you got to keep it fresh and mix it up and enjoy what you're listening to and not feel stale about it.
All right. So, Whit, I know that you have recently spoke very glowingly of Rob Thompson, which I'll ask about a second. But Sean and I were just talking about it. So, as a former big leaguer, I talked to Larry Boa about this. I don't know how long ago, and I'm like, when you knew you were going to a game, what pitcher were you like? Oh man, this guy. So for Larry, it was Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan was a mean,
pretty good one,
angry guy, and he would hit you with no problem. Who was the starting pitcher that you least wanted to face when you knew you were coming in for a series, and it's like, uh-oh?
Oh, man.
You can give us a couple, too.
Least wanted to face? So back in, I would say back in 16, 17, 18-ish, when we would go into Cleveland, and they had Kluber winning Cy Youngs. They had Bauer kind of back in Bauer's prime. They had Carrasco in Carrasco's prime. They had one more. Oh, they had the real twitchy pitcher, long-haired sunshine dude.
Oh yeah,
Clevenger.
Mm-hmm.
But Clevenger was nasty. So that, I mean, I one pitcher in particular, I'm having a hard time picking one guy, but that I remember like that series in general was always a grind of a series. Just knowing that those 4 guys, you're gonna have to face at least 3 of them. So it was that's the one thing that stands out to me, I guess.
Wait, how did you feel about when you got hit and you knew it was most likely on purpose? Right? Because some guys just realize it's part of the game, and you drop the bat, you walk down the first. Other guys don't necessarily do it, or there's times where they don't think they should be thrown at. How did you always handle that?
I honestly got hit one time where I knew it was on purpose, and it was against Detroit, and I was killing them, and they wanted to make me uncomfortable, and they hit me just above the butt and the low back, and honestly, it's fine. Like especially in a situation where you kind of have an idea it's coming. Like go ahead. It was first pitch. It was low. It was in the mid region, and there's no issue. There shouldn't be any issue with that. When guys make a big hoopla about it, it kind of bothers me. But I think that's part of the game. I think that, but you got to do it in the right way and in the right spot. When guys start missing up and hitting guys high, and
right.
I feel like you're seeing more balls in the face and off the helmet and in the head now, which is really rarely on purpose, but it's the byproduct of the way our game is played now and the way it's pitched, that guys are losing balls up and in on guys, and it's a big issue. So But as far as the on-purpose stuff, if it's done the right way, I think it's an important part of the game that needs to really to kind of come back a little bit.
I agree with you. All right, Whit. So I'd heard you say recently that that Rob Thompson was your favorite manager that you played for, and since Rob took over for Joe Girardi, there's no doubt that the effect that he's had on this team. They were built to win. They were struggling a little bit with Joe, and immediately he turned them around. What is it that Rob Thompson does and that he brings to the clubhouse, in your opinion, makes him as successful as he's been here in Philly?
Look, a baseball manager you are a therapist. That is the majority of your job is being a therapist and being the spearhead. You set the mood of the team. And baseball is such a game where there's an old saying: you're going to lose 50 games and you're going to win 50 games a year by just showing up. And it's the other 62 games. What you do with those will determine how your year goes. And Topper is just does such a great job of being even keel, keeping guys' confidence high, keeping guys. You got to have that throughout the course of 162, and Topper's the best that I've ever played for in doing that.
So every clubhouse is different, right? Like it can go from year to year, team to team. What is the Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, the clubhouse you were in with the Phillies in 2024? What was that clubhouse like?
It was the best clubhouse that I'd ever been in as far as talent-wise, superstars, camaraderie, and just the way the clubhouse ran. The professionalism mixed with the keeping it light, mixed with having fun. I can't say enough good things about all the guys in that clubhouse. I think that bringing JT back was the best move that they could have made by any stretch this offseason. I don't care if they traded for Shohei Ohtani. Bringing JT back. So I was pumped to see him come back. He's just an incredible leader, an incredible teammate and person, and he's the straw that stirs that drink in that clubhouse. And so can't say enough good things about him, and just really excited that they got him back.
Wait, I want to talk about some rookie expectations here. Now, Justin Crawford had a really good minor league career. I mean, some of his numbers are eye-opening, eye-popping as far as AAA is concerned. Now, you played for 4 teams, 4 organizations, and you've probably seen a lot of rookies come up. What's fair expectations, especially, here in Philadelphia? Is it fair to expect this guy to be an instant impact guy, or do you think maybe that might be setting him up to fail? Like, how patient should we be with Justin Crawford getting a start? Looks like he's going to be a starting center fielder this year.
I don't know if any expectations are good enough for you Philly people. So I don't know exactly what to say to that.
That's fair.
Look, I mean, it is the big leagues is a totally different game from anything that he's played in before. And I'm not saying he's not going to have success. I actually don't know much about him except that people think he's extremely talented. I've never seen him play, or I wasn't that tuned in with what the minor league prospects were like in Philly when I was there. But it's going to be a different game. It's going to be a higher intensity game than he's ever played in. More lights, more information on him, so the team's going to be able to expose certain weaknesses. And it's all going to come down for him as to how well he can make adjustments throughout his career, but especially early on. They're gonna find his weaknesses quickly, and can he make that adjustment to combat what they do to his weaknesses? So that's what it's going to come down to for him. I don't really know expectation-wise, what to put on him. I think as a center fielder, you just got to cover some ground, go catch the ball, keep the ball in front of you, and not as an outfielder, you're just trying to screw it up. If the pitcher throws a pitch and the guy hits the ball off the wall, that's not on you. You just get the ball in and keep the guy at second base and that kind of stuff. So as long as he doesn't try to play over his skis in the outfield and just tries to put together quality at bats, he'll be fine, because it really is the same game, just a different intensity level and a little more information on the players. So I wish I could speak more on them. I don't know them, so I have a hard time speaking on them. But
Right.
That's kind of the go-to mantra for any rookie.
All right, we're talking to Whit Merrifield. You may have booed him down at Citizens Bank Park. I think Whit, you maybe heard a couple boos. You
May
You-
have.
A little bit.
you've been funny about talking about Philly, and I believe you said this before, to where like you love playing here and you wish that the version that was in Kansas City at the beginning of the career would have played very well in Philadelphia, because that's the type of player you are.
Yeah, I mean, look, I had some mixed emotions with Philly. I truly love the city. I had some of the best time in Philadelphia. I can't say enough good things about the team I was on. Staff, the players. I mean, the help staff, the clubbies, the way they treated us. I mean, it was the best couple months of baseball that collectively that I'd ever had. It was truly incredible. I know that my 100 at bats or whatever it was didn't go great, and I didn't. When I found out I was getting released, I didn't necessarily agree with it. I know I hadn't played great, but I felt like the back of my baseball card had earned me a little bit more of a leash, especially for the role that they were bringing me into. When we talked earlier, we were talking about helping win a championship and helping win a World Series, and that doesn't really come in April, May, June. That's October, November
Right.
type stuff, and I never got that chance. And I felt like I was when I was released, we had the best record in baseball, and so it felt like there was a little bit. I didn't feel it was. I felt like it was a little bit of a forced move, and I expressed that to them, and they understood. And I've said it many times before. In any profession, you're going to have disagreements with your boss.
Yep.
It doesn't mean you're right. It doesn't mean they're right, but they're the ones that end up making the decision. And it was just a disagreement that we had, but it was a professional one, and we had a good conversation and shook hands and parted ways. I think that I could have helped that team. I could have got hot down the stretch and helped that team because I'd done it, my whole career. I wasn't a 200 hitter. I was a guy that got hits, that drove in runs, that did all the things, and I just needed to get I feel like I needed to. As I was gaining comfort, I felt like I had a chance to help that team down the stretch and didn't get a chance to. So I was kind of bummed about that. Obviously, I wish I would have got off to a better start and got myself around longer, but didn't happen. But it doesn't sour anything with the team or the staff or anything like that. I still speak very, very highly of Philadelphia, and just didn't work out.
But Whit, and I wanted them. We appreciate the few minutes with us today. I wanted, like, right now, the one thing with the actual team, with actual baseball that I'm looking at, and I'm saying, like, okay, they brought back JT. They didn't really make a lot of moves with the lineup, but I still feel like something's got to be changed a little bit, right? So Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber. It's been Turner 1, Schwarber 2, Bryce 3, and then they're kind of toggling between Bohm 4, or maybe Garcia comes up at some point as 4 this year. What would you do with the lineup? Bryce last year was swinging at more pitches out of the zone than he ever has in his career. Schwarber also had 56 home runs, so I don't know if you want to move him in the lineup, but what would you do at the top of the lineup between Turner, Bryce, and Schwarber?
I know Trey likes to hit 1. He's comfortable at 1. Schwarb is pretty much comfortable wherever you put him. And Bryce likes to hit 3, so I wouldn't touch it. And I'd look. I mean, yeah, okay, Bryce. So maybe he swung at more pitches out of the zone than he has before. I don't think that has to do with hitting 3rd. I think there's probably more to that than that. I know he's been battling some injury stuff behind the scenes that he kind of got worked out now, and I'm hoping that this is the healthiest that he's been in a couple of years going into the season, and he can prolong that, because I still think he is top 3 left-handed hitter in the game, top 10 player in the game still. And when he's right, he can be a top 1, top 2 player in the game. So I hope that Bryce comes back, because it's in there, and he's been he's been battling some physical things behind the scenes that not people on the outside don't know about and they shouldn't know about, and because that's everybody it goes through some stuff. Sometimes it's just worse than others. But as far as the rest of the lineup go, I mean, Adalis is a stud. I know he didn't have a great year last year, but doesn't mean he's not a good player. I think the key for that team is having the big boys show up and be the best players in the league, like a lot of them are, and get guys like JT and Bomer and Marshy and those guys kind of back on the right track and getting hot and contributing, how they need to contribute. And there's one team at the end of the year that wins the last game that they play, and it's a hard thing to do. You got to peak at the right time, and there's the talent with the Phillies is there. I don't think because they haven't won it that you have to go get different talent, because I don't think that's not how it works. I think that's not how success works. I think the guys that are in that clubhouse want to be in Philly and want to bring a championship to that city and are motivated to do so. And so I just think it's a matter of them clicking at the right time. And, maybe this will be the year for them.
Hey, Whit, appreciate it, man. Good stuff. Thank you.
Thanks, Whit.
Thank you, guys.
All right, there
Excellent.
Whit Merrifield. Oh, well, so Bryce was battling some injury stuff behind the scenes?
Right? Isn't that how it goes? Drake May performed bad in the Super Bowl, and he had the shoulder issue, but these things
but
come to light.
Immediately, he's like, I had a bad, I had ejection in my shoulder.
I would just say that, you know what I'm not about, and I got a few of these last 2 days on my timeline, the Dodgers are going to win the World Series. Who cares? The Dodgers are going to win the World Series. Guys, we got 162. We got a full season. Please. There's no way that anything can happen.
They can't win every year, can they? Sean, I don't go into the season saying you're not going to beat the Dodgers.
Yeah, you just can't.
They could run into a hot team in the playoffs and in a 5-game series and get knocked. I mean, the Phillies, ask Dave Dombrowski.
Good club.
Yeah, they almost won
Good club. 90.
We have a good club.
5
We got
wins.
a really good club.
Yeah, man. I'm not. Come on. You guys got to stop that, please.
Have you not heard that we have a new good club from Topper? This is from when he was speaking to the media the other day.
We got a really good club.
Oh, yeah. He's high on it. Everybody's high.
He's selling, man.
Look, I'd be pretty high if I was down in Clearwater Beach with the sun shining on my face today.
He's doing exactly what he should be doing.
I'm still climbing over the same glacier to get in my car. I'm ready to take a hammer out and get rid of the ice. But it's the road. It's not my sidewalk.
And
it's
the
not my
problem
driveway.
is the 40-degree day didn't do anything.
No, it did not.
At all. And now we don't have another hot. Now it'll get, it's going to be 50.
I saw
It's going to be in the 50s next week. So that'll start to melt it. We need some rain. Get rid of this
We do.
stuff too. All right, Sean Bernard, who writes for Crossing Broad, a big 76ers expert. He's on the line right now. What's up, Sean?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Honored to be following up the great Whit Merrifield there and hear about, the influx of young talent with the Phillies and a little bit contrast to our Philadelphia 76ers there.
Yeah, so Sean came in here very upset about last night's game. I went right to sleep. I had no thoughts about it at all. Last night Joel didn't play. Some people were saying like, oh, what, his knee must be messed up. I just think they were giving him, he's going to be off his feet from his 2 weeks. So, what's your opinion on Joel and what happened last night?
Yeah, my panic on Joel won't take place until after the All-Star break. If he's there for Game 1, no real worry. But what I do think is noteworthy is this is once again the other knee, not the knee that he did have surgery on, the knee that he missed 3 weeks for a couple weeks ago in the season. We still got no explanation for what this was. But I still think last night was embarrassing enough that there should be outrage about it. That, like, a guy like Jose Alvarado, who was had for 1 second-round pick at the trade deadline, lighting up the Sixers while Daryl Morey stands there and says there were no needle movers in the Eastern Conference there. They had 6.5 quality NBA players. There's just not enough talent on this team. And I think, once again, the criticism needs to be louder. And last night was another example of that.
Yeah, I mean, criticism of Daryl Morey or Josh Harris?
I put it on. So Josh obviously has sort of the restrictions, the rules they have to play by. But it's Daryl who calls the shots. The McCain trade will once again be indefensible to me from the standpoint of they got nothing in return. There's guys out there. There were 78 players traded at the deadline, an NBA record. There were 28 trades that were made, and Daryl Morey, all he did was send talent out. This team just doesn't look like they have enough guys, and I think it's even more clear when a night like Joel's not playing.
Man, I didn't even know that it was an NBA record. I just do know that there was a ton of players that were being moved. It would have been nice for the 76ers to go ahead and add a piece. Yeah, Sean, I don't know. Like, I was frustrated by everything. Of course, with the Knicks fans coming down, that continues to happen. Of course, getting blown out by 49. And it was frustrating because it felt like that this game in the first quarter was like, get us to the All-Star game. I don't like that's what I saw in the first quarter, that this team had zero fight regardless who was out there.
Yep.
Yeah, and I am currently sitting in the parking lot of the Chase Fieldhouse right now, about to check out some Delaware Bluecoats action. I feel like my mindset is different than when I'm usually here. Usually I'm here thinking how many of these guys could make an impact at the NBA level. I feel like my mind's backwards to how many guys last night would even stand out in this type of setting. It does feel like we're rolling through the Rolodex of these bottom-tier guys, and while I'm complimentary in the overall standpoint of who Daryl's brought in on these 10 days, on these two-way type guys, it's just lacking what the NBA standard should be when you look at the bottom of this bench. And I'm pretty frustrated with, like, that's where we're at. There's not these knight in shining armor in the buyout market that Daryl seems to be waiting on. They got 13 standard contract guys, 3 two-way dudes, and just not enough real NBA talent based on what the standard should be.
Yeah, but they have a deep team. Didn't you hear that from Daryl Morey? What are you talking about,
Deep
Sean?
team.
Yeah, they have a deep team. They got a great. I mean, that was too much of a return that they couldn't pass it up. A first-round draft pick at the end of the first round and 3 second-round draft picks.
And when you got Sean Bernard down on the 76ers, you know things are bad. Hey, what do you got spread-wise? Long Island Nets, I'm hearing, are catching 2 today against the Bluecoats. Where you at?
I could not tell you a ton about the Long Island Nets number there. I would say like nothing in favor of the Philadelphia 76ers organization.
All right, so first half of the season, Sean, and we got to go after this. Big thumbs up for the Sixers. Thumbs up for the Sixers. It seems like maybe they spoiled any goodwill fans should have for them with what they did at the trade deadline, though.
Yeah, absolutely there. But I think in the overall hierarchy of the first half, it is a thumbs up. They've exceeded expectations, but this kind of momentum that they had a chance to build off, they just punted on. That I think all season I went into it with the mindset of how they approached the trade deadline will tell us how they really feel about this team. Well, they traded away 2 guys, got nothing in return, and we see what the product looked like last night. So I think that momentum is killed, and that first half thumbs up should be shifted to the other side.
All right, well, you can read Sean Bernard on Crossing Broad, and if you're at the Bluecoats game today, just yell at him.
Hey, now.
Just yell, Sean! All right, man, have fun.
Awesome. Take it easy, guys.
All right, man, there he is. Yeah, when he's down, that's saying something, John.
Yeah, I DM'd him before. You're really annoying with the Sixers.
He
and I
is
mean that as a compliment.
Very optimistic when it comes to this team. But even last year, I mean, my man was in February telling me this team was making the playoffs still. Like, Sean, come on, dude. Oh, I could see it. I got the map.
Yep, I know. It's the new age 76er fan.
He had to do Jared McCain TikTok dances because they didn't make the playoffs last year.
Great content.
I think he still owes like 10 more videos, to be honest with you.
All right, well, he's one of the younger 76ers people out there, right? So getting back to the Sixers, why is the Xfinity Mobile Arena taken over by Knicks fans every time there's a game? Are Eagles and Phillies fans to blame? Wait till you hear this cockeyed theory that's out there. That's coming up next. Middays and Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. Let's talk about Parks Casino for a second. Listen, live betting on the BetParks app. Yeah, I know I talk about spreads on this game, spreads on that game. While you're watching the game, live bet it. Live bet the Pro Basketball All-Star Game this Sunday, Pro Hockey, college hoops, and more. There's always another way to win on the BetParks online casino and sportsbook app. It's the only app I would ever recommend. BetParks has your favorite classic casino games, too, right on your phone. You can play blackjack, craps, roulette, hundreds of online slots like Triple Cash Eruption, Tiger Jones, and Cleopatra, and, of course, all your favorite sports. Bet them. Bet player performances during your favorite games. So join me on the BetParks app. Live bet any game, and new users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. BetParks.com for details. So whether your team scores or not, there's always another way to win on the BetParks online casino and sportsbook app. You must be 21 and in PA, New Jersey, or Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. with Marks. I'm your host. They call me Midday Marks. Midday Ray. That's better than Gay Ray. Midday Ray.
Happy Ray.
Midday Sean Brace.
Hello.
What's up, everybody? Got a lot to do on the show today. Sean sent this over this morning. So the Sixers got absolutely the doors blown off last night. Joel Embiid did not play. It looked like it was the last game before the All-Star break. The Knicks, because the last game they played was before that. Was it Saturday?
No,
they played one more before that.
Correct.
They played in Portland on Monday.
Yeah, they lost to Portland.
That's right. It was the last game of the road trip.
Joel was ruled out right before the tip too, as well. There.
So it looked like that the last game of the road trip, and then they realized they had one more game before the All-Star break. That's how they played last night. The Knicks played the night before in a overtime game, so their adrenaline was still going. So even if they were a little bit tired, they're like, well, it's our last game before All-Star break, but we also played last night. And the Sixers looked like they were sleepwalking through. They showed up asleep.
It was over. It was 14-4 in the first quarter.
It was over early.
It was done.
It was over early.
Really easy to see.
So the Knicks fans were out last night, just like they were in the playoff series. And that was painful because they were the better team. We knew it. And Knicks fans at that point, think about it. The Knicks hadn't been good for a really long time. And that's a basketball town. That's a big pro basketball town. It's a big college basketball town. When the Knicks are good, Knicks fans are really annoying. And the Knicks hadn't been good for so long. Bad ownership, bad management. Well, that's over with. They have a good team. They have a good club. They have a deep club, as Daryl Morey
deep team.
Right? But are they good enough to win a championship? Probably not. But still, they're a top 3 seed in the East. They could win the East without a doubt. So Knicks fans that have been starved for a good team for a while, naturally when they're in the playoffs and you look down in Philly, and 76ers fans aren't we're not chesty about our team. No one wanted to go down the game and watch the Knicks beat them. So there were Sixers fans down there, sure, but anything that was on the secondary market got gobbled up by Knicks fans. And it felt and sounded like a home Knicks game. It did. It's embarrassing. And they were yelling and screaming and fighting Sixers fans, and it was an ugly scene. I hated it. Now, I don't know exactly what it was like last night, and I would love to get somebody that was actually there because Ray wasn't. Sean watched from Sean was eating wings at the boathouse last night.
Right. Yeah.
Let's go. Don't you get a kick out of a Wednesday night Sixers game is,
you know what the best part
he's got
about
carte blanche to go out and watch the whole game?
You know what the best part about it was? Where I was stuffing my fat face and having a nice cold Guinness in front of me. I looked up and down. It's Wing It Wednesday, too. It's great.
How much
special.
are the wings?
You get a pitcher of beer and a free order of wings. I think it's $10 if I'm not mistaken.
Get out.
Yeah, really good deal. Wing It Wednesday. They also do a nacho deal on Thursday. Shout out Boathouse. Book us. Anyways, I look up and down the bar. Not one girl. Not one girl. It was all dudes from up and down the bar, probably about 20, 25 dudes. It's all watching the Sixers game.
Well, at least Kelly doesn't have to worry about you getting that line.
Not at all. The 2 female bartenders, they're tremendous, but at the end of the day, I was just laughing at that. Yeah, hey, man, I'm taking. I'm here for the wings and for the beer.
That's it.
And for the Sixers getting boat raced by 49.
Right, so read me the tweet that was and I can find it right now, too.
I got you.
I was very confused. And, it's 76ers fans, and I think it's the process 76er fan, the younger 76er fan. I feel like I'm on a different planet than them a lot of times. Flyers fans always feel left out, so they're always kind of in this separate category. And a lot of them are mad that they don't get to play on sports radio or in the media they feel like they can get. And I actually understand that from a Flyers fan perspective. For the 76er fan that has this axe to grind with the other fan bases. I'm a Philadelphia sports fan.
Same.
I follow teams closer than others. I'm a Phillies, Eagles fan first, then I'm the 76ers. And when the Sixers, when was the last time you could really say that you weren't just hoping they were contenders, but they were actually contenders? They haven't made it to an Eastern Conference final in this entire run. Before that was the process. I mean, Jesus, they haven't been to an Eastern Conference final since 2001. So, but anyway, what's the tweet and what is he getting?
All right, so the big tweet, and there's a couple of ways to go about this, but we'll just read the tweet first and we'll take it from there. This is from a gentleman who pops up on my timeline who's a maniac. I don't follow him, but I know the name. And when he pops up on my timeline, because you hit the For You button for whatever reason, you might be bored. He says the following. Now, there's this one guy, and my guy Sam Ostry from The Score was live at the game yesterday. I was down at the game. He said 70-30 as well. He said 70% Knicks fans, 30% Sixer fans. He saw it was over in the first quarter. So off of that tweet, this guy Aiden Doc _ goes, it's just so unfortunate. Fan base and ownership deserves the blame. The negative light on the Sixers for the last few years put on them by the Eagles only and Phillies only fans has made the city feel like a civil war. Little over the top, Aiden, on a number of ways. There's no doubt about that. Of course, civil war.
So Phillies only fans and Eagles only fans made this city feel like a civil war.
Yeah.
Maybe for you, because you appear to be a Sixers only fan, or everybody has their pecking order. Ray, what's your pecking order with Philly sports?
It probably is the same as you. I just love hoops. The Sixers are like
a close third.
What do you mean define pecking order?
So I'm Phillies, Eagles, Sixers, Flyers. Oh, man. And then the Union, which we'll talk about coming up.
I'm Union 1.
Right.
Honestly, am I allowed to say that they're all the same? Sixers, Phillies, and Eagles are all the same for me.
Okay.
I mean that.
You can't, but
Sixers above. Sixers above.
So Sixers are top.
This franchise means so much to me. It was my first real true fandom.
So
was the 76ers in 97, 98? That was the first team that I ever gripped onto.
That you really said, this is my team.
Yes,
I love them.
Jordan handed the baton to AI. For me.
Karate Mark was at the game last night. We'll grab him in a second. But with me, the 76ers, the success of the Sixers is going to define how much of a fan I am. For better or for worse, I'm just being honest.
Okay.
The Phillies, when the Phillies were Pete McCann Phillies, I watched as many games as I did the last 3 years.
I saw Pete eating a Conchaca one time.
Did you?
I go, Pete.
I like Pete McCann. I never had anything against him.
Nobody recognized him.
Of course
I did,
not.
though. Yeah. He's actually a recognizable guy.
With the glasses and stuff.
Yeah,
All right. I would have recognized him.
Pete.
But I don't know. I love the Phillies. I love baseball. I love minor league baseball. I follow the system. For me, it's not as fun to watch it.
You do.
When you're winning 70 or 80 games. But still, so with the Phillies doesn't. I'm the same level Phillies fan if they're good or bad. The Sixers is not like that for me. I get much more negative when the Sixers are struggling. And by the way, the organization's been dysfunctional for how many years?
Yeah.
Isn't it still dysfunctional?
Oh, absolutely.
Has Daryl Morey brought a level of professionalism to this organization? Maybe a little bit. He doesn't have burner accounts like the old GM.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Which, by the way, there's a lot of tanking going on around the league right now.
Holy crap, with the Jazz? No, it's worse than what the Sixers did.
Absolutely worse than what the Sixers.
They're trying to lose games during the game.
Correct. They're pulling their starters out.
Not putting them back
in the fourth quarter completely. Anyways, with that being said, you're right. There is dysfunction with this franchise because of what took place last year. But then they show a little something this year, put it together. They got a winning record, 30-24. It's wild to me. You know what's crazy though, John, is the Knicks fans who are coming down here. They were non-existent. Remember the stat? We put it on a banner. Ben Simmons never lost to the Knicks for a 5-year stretch, wasn't it? We owned the Knicks.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than a pompous Knicks fan. They're all pompous, don't get me wrong. But they're even more pompous now. Nobody celebrates a round one victory in the playoffs like the Knicks fans.
Yeah, no, I know.
They block roads off, shut down streets. I mean,
remember that poor Indiana Pacers fan in Manhattan?
Yes.
What did they do to him? They stuffed him in a trash can or something?
Yeah. But they were non-existent for those 5 years. Now they're good, and now they're just showing up everywhere. And I give them a tip of the cap. But, man, I'm sorry.
They're good fans.
We got to look ourselves in the mirror. If we claim we are as strong, and we are this passionate of a fan base, 70-30 cannot happen.
Yeah, but what are you going to do?
You got to go to the games. And I put my hand in the air.
So you're saying season ticket holders should not sell their tickets because Ray has season tickets, and you're one of the bunch of guys. You don't go to every game, but you have a certain amount of tickets for each guy.
Right.
You didn't sell the tickets last night.
No. My friends were there. They made it through 3/4 of that, and then they were done.
But you know what? The team needs to back it up.
30-24 this year.
Okay, agreed. And Beat wasn't playing last night, but a lot of times you're buying tickets or you're purchasing tickets based on not what's currently happening, but what happened before. When the Phillies are good, people are going to buy tickets for that season. When the Phillies suck, people aren't going to buy tickets for that season.
Yep.
And then it can change in season. I don't know, man. I feel like the team has to be better. How about Daryl Morey improves the team? How about the owner doesn't make financial decisions and trade away Jared McCain? I don't think that would have affected things last night. But there's not a good feel with this organization. We like Embiid, and that has nothing like this guy blaming the fan base. This is all an organizational ownership thing.
Well,
and they're just not good enough.
I understand, and clearly I'm not taking a shot at us. I promise you I'm not. I'm just having an honest, open dialogue with the Sixer fan out there. Yes, John, to your point, you can't sell your season tickets if the Knicks are in town. Any other team you want to sell your tickets, I don't have an issue.
Or sell your tickets to Sixers fans.
I don't know how.
Find somebody that wants to buy them.
Okay, I think you can possibly make that happen. You're gonna have to jump through.
Put it on Facebook instead of putting it on Game Time.
Hook up cousin Bobby down the road, whatever. So I think it starts there. Also, I do want to have a little bit of their back. VJ Edgecombe is a hell of a player to go and watch. Tyrese Maxey's a starter in the All-Star game. What else do we need? They got I get it. No Joel Embiid. And can you bank on him playing every night? No, unfortunately you can't. But this team is winning. VJ's a stud. Maxey's starting this weekend. There's enough there for the Sixer fan to say, you know what? I want to go to this game. I need to go to this game. Knicks are in town. It can't happen. We got to look ourselves in the mirror when it comes to the Knicks.
Do they play again in Philly? They've played 3 times already, right?
Yeah, they were.
I think 4. I think this is it.
Yeah.
So no more games.
That's right.
Until possibly the playoffs. Oh, well, that sucks.
It's also a great coach in movie cinema history there.
For sure.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, even if the Sixers were legit and they had been winning and you felt like they could beat the Knicks, you would still have a lot of Knicks fans down here because there's just too many tickets available on Game Time. Or whatever, StubHub, wherever you go to.
Do we shut down the top? Is that what we do? We just put a tarp on the top of the...
Oh, yes, I'm sure the Sixers are going to do that. But when you look at, for example, right now, the Jazz game, the Jazz-Sixers game on March 4th, it's a $14 ticket to get in.
Is that the knockout day?
Do we have a date on knockout?
We might have a date. Has it been publicly announced?
I don't know. Hey.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Are we rolling something out? That's why we're not. I don't know it, so I can't tell you anyway.
I have no power around here, so I'm just going to keep my...
It seems like a knockout date if I'm one from behind the scenes that might be guessing here.
But I know what the knockout date is.
Okay,
yeah, but don't say it.
Yeah, my bad.
So we do know it.
I don't know it, Oz.
But anyway, I mean, if there's available tickets, the Knicks fans are going to scoop it up. Because if you're a Knicks fan and you want to go see the Knicks play, you go to Madison Square Garden. Those tickets are much more expensive than they're, especially lower level. You might be able to get in for a somewhat reasonable price.
There's not a bad seat.
Right, and lower level, you're not getting them for less than a couple $100.
No.
In Philly, you can get lower level tickets on an app for $100, $95, something like that. Yeah.
2 next to each other, pretty good seats, $95.
Yeah, so they're paying much less than they would in New York. You're not paying whatever to park. It's cheaper to park concession. You could come down here and spend $500 for 2 people to come down, and it's an hour and a half drive, as opposed to spending $1,000 up in Madison Square Garden.
Do Knicks fans put it on their calendar, or is this more of a sporadic purchase, in your opinion?
Both.
Okay.
I think calendar, but also hey, next week the Sixers and the Knicks are playing. Let's check out. Wow, $80 for a lower level seat. Bam, we get 2 of them.
Enough is enough.
I just don't know how you fix it, other than getting a better team.
We're a proud fan base. We realize that this is an issue.
I'm probably the wrong person because I don't like to go to any of these games. But the Karate Mark's going to come up in a second. Do we have the Sixers really, based on what the Sixers have done in the last however many years? I'm sorry, when you know your team's going to lose, you don't want to go watch it. And then that feel like what it is, right? It is like that for me.
They lost by 49.
Yeah, they lost by 49 points. What are you talking about? They just showed you why that they shouldn't be. Karate Mark was at the game last night. What's up, Karate Mark?
Good morning. Good morning. If that was not the definition of a throwaway game, and it was a rough night as a Sixers fan. It was eerie when we first got there. We got there, about an hour and a half early. We always like to get in.
Right.
And for a while, it was empty. There weren't many seats. There weren't many people walking around. And then you heard that the Nick's bus got there a little bit late due to traffic.
Ooh.
And then it started to make sense. All these seats started getting filled in by blue and orange. More. As the game got closer, we got our butts kicked on the court. We got our butts kicked in the stands. At least we didn't lose by 50. But I don't know what to tell you about how to fix it, how to fill in the seats more. My wife and I, obviously, we love it. We're there every home game. This team is very, very fun. This team is very, very exciting. But let's try selling that to a fan base that has been told, wait till next year, over and over and over.
Yeah.
So to the casual fan, there's no selling point. To the people that like the team, it's been a very fun, very exciting season.
Yeah, no, you're right. The casual fan is that's what I was talking about with the Phillies. When the Phillies are bad, like when the Phillies are good, everybody, I was watching the game or I want to go to a game, right? And that you're right. That's what the 76ers need. And when you go out to trade deadline and you trade away Jared McCain because of financial reasons and you don't add to the team, that's a bad look, man. And you're getting no goodwill from the fan because they can see right through it. Now, you're going to go to the games, Karate Mark, but each year that this continues to happen, you get more and more people dropping off with their season tickets, or maybe they're not getting as many games. But you're right. The players on the team deserve better, but the organization doesn't. Just doesn't.
Correct. And the organization, I think, owes a little bit more to us, the fans. I was one of the people who, I do like Jared McCain a lot, but I was for the trade. I'm like, okay, let's get some money. Let's get some picks, two things that we don't have. But then that day went by and nothing happened. So they do owe us a little something. And if you want to fill those seats up, that's got to come from upstairs because they're doing it on the court.
All right, Karate Mark. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, a lot of comments here on the YouTube chat. And of course, not a lot of negative or positive comments, that's for sure. And I'm not trying to sell you something positive about the 76ers to a point. Like, I understand your frustration. I'm right there with you. I told you it's number one for me. But I think you're unfair if you say it's a, quote, trash product. It's not a trash product.
It's not a trash product, no.
Again, this team is a 6 seed. They're currently, right? Like
you have an all-star starter. You have a former MVP that's playing at that level. You have a young rookie who's exciting, and he's exactly the player that you want. It checks all boxes.
Yeah.
Love the kid.
There's plenty of trash products in the NBA. The 76ers are not that. So, this guy's coming at me going, how dare you tell the local fan base to support a trash product? That's over the top. And I'm not telling you. I just think for this example, this team that comes down 95 and does it time and time again, it's just getting old. So if you're okay with this, which I'm not okay tuning into a Sixers and Knicks game and seeing them just partying and them being loud, like that has an effect on the game. When it's 14-4 and Nick Nurse calls a timeout and it's still going absolute bonkers for the Knicks, like that has an effect on the team. We got to stop it. It starts upstairs. You got to put a better product out there when it comes to, or the opportunities to improve your product, and you fail to do so at the trade deadline. I'm not here defending that. But for the one team, Knicks, it's the only time I'm going to say this, we got to look ourselves in the mirror. That's all. That's it.
Yeah, you got to do better to make sure that people are putting it on themselves to say, you know what, I'm going to go down to the game to take these tickets away from a Knicks fan potentially getting it.
That's what was going through my mind last night.
They haven't done it. The Sixers they've nobody to blame but themselves, honestly.
No, you're right.
This entire organization has nobody to blame but themselves. And for the most part, I've been a guy that really hasn't totally killed the Sixers because reality is that they spent a lot of money. They've brought in a lot of players. They haven't been cheap before this. Now you can say that they're making decisions based on finances. And Josh Harris looks at it and says, well, hell, we're not winning a championship this year. Why would I pay an extra $7 or $8 million? Like, no, you got to shed this salary. And Daryl Morey traded McCain. So
you know what would have worked? And Ray, I think you can agree with me on this one. Just draft Villanova kids. That's it. Fill it up. Nothing but Nova kids.
I mean, had they drafted Nova kids back when, Brunson, Hart, I'm not against it.
Arch.
Ray knows that Villanova has the good players.
Gillespie.
I watched them play. I mean,
Fill him up.
Colin Gillespie's turned himself into a good
He's
NBA
a stud.
player.
Kid's a stud.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
That's a good start.
But I think that has I'm not naive to that, right? Like, as I said, for 5+ years, nobody was coming. now you put all those successful Knicks or Nova players on there. You're winning. I think it's a combination.
I think that in 2000 and what was Doc's last year? What was Ben Simmons' last year?
20. Simmons was 21.
21. So that season, or before that with Jimmy Butler and Redick, even if the Knicks were good and they weren't, you would not have had 70-30. You had a team that people believed in and people wanted to see, and it would have been a fight.
Yep.
You would have been fighting Knicks fans. Not that they're not still fighting Knicks fans, but you know what I mean. It would have been Phillies Mets back in 2002, 2007, 2008. You're never going to keep those Mets fans out because they're crazy good fans. But still, we were ready to fight. We're not ready to fight.
No,
I'm not ready to fight Knicks fans over this.
I'm not fighting.
No,
too old for that.
610-632-0975. If you were at the game or you know where we're coming from. Yeah, Sean's blaming the fans.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
You are.
For this team, yes. We got to look ourselves in the mirror. That's unfair. Tell me where I'm wrong.
All right.
If that's unfair, tell me where I'm wrong.
That's coming up next. Also, the greatest sports speeches, and we have some more spring training Phillies questions coming up. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Crushed by the Knicks. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The New York Knicks came down to Philly, beat the Sixers 138-89 last night. A 49-point loss for your 76ers. They head into the All-Star break. They were down 30 at the end of the first half. They end the first half of the season 30-24. Philly spring training is underway. Zach Wheeler met with the media yesterday, gave an update on where he's at in his recovery.
Getting the repetitive throwing, just making sure everything's in time and in sync. And, I think the next thing is probably just moving back further. Then we'll do the flat grounds and then off the mound a little bit.
We got a chance to catch up with former Philly Whit Merrifield earlier on in the show. You can listen to that interview one more time on our website or the Fanatic app. Merrifield called it the best clubhouse he's ever been a part of, looking back on his time in Philadelphia. Former Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo found a new home as he is the pass game coordinator now for the Miami Dolphins. This update is brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call a 24-hour victim helpline 877-MAD-HELP or visit MAD.org. I'm Ray Dunn in your home for the Sixers, Flyers, best bird stock in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic.
I was listening to Howard Stern.
Yeah.
I remember it was a replay too. And they came back from break and they were playing some Van Halen. They were playing some Van Hagar. And I went and I'm like, you know what? Like Sammy Hagar was really good, and it's just such a different sound to the band.
Oh yeah.
And it changed the way they sounded. They used a lot more keyboards and things like that. And that was 1986. So Hagar was, this wasn't a thing in the 90s.
And he's still doing it. He is still out there rocking. Sammy just is a huge presence, I believe, in somewhere in Mexico. He's got the tequila. He's the man. But they're right now, Dreams, Pound Cake, Best of Both Worlds. There's some hits there, man. Van Halen, yeah. Deep catalog, John.
Hits.
But always David Lee Roth.
All right, couple things here.
Yeah.
What do I got? So I just was on Instagram, and I saw on Crossing Broad's Instagram that the first Sheetz in Montgomery County, the convenience store Sheetz, rival to Wawa, has opened.
Wow.
And as I look at the pictures, and not far from where I live and where Ray grew up, in Limerick, right on Ridge, and as I'm scrolling through the pictures to look, who is live at the scene of the crime? 1029 MGK, our sister station. They have the tent, and I don't know if it's a broadcast or what.
Wow.
But they're out checking it out. A lot of people has shown up for the grand opening.
There's a lot of people there. There's some interest in Sheetz. And now I am a guy that comes from not north of the border, but just a little bit up the way. Well, Turnpike up there. Yeah, Sheetz is all you get up in Scranton. That's it.
Yep.
From my past history, it's Wawa above Sheetz. Now, I don't know what has changed. I haven't been to a Sheetz in probably about 4 or 5 years.
Can I give you my theory or my thought on it?
Go ahead.
They have different food than Wawa. They have fryer food and more hot food, and Wawa is hoagies and sandwiches, and they have hot food, so they're diverse. If you've never had Sheetz and you're used to Wawa, Sheetz is like, wow, this is great. I can get this and I can get that, which you can't really get at Wawa.
Okay.
And then after a little bit, you're like, yeah, this really isn't all that good.
Yeah, it's Sheetz. It's quick.
It's just,
convenience.
Yeah, it's certainly good enough, but and I love Wawa.
Yes.
But if I'm looking for the best hoagie in the world, Wawa is a good hoagie.
Yeah.
I know they advertise on the
love
the stations.
Wawa. Yeah.
I love Wawa. But if I'm looking for a real authentic Italian hoagie, I'm probably going elsewhere.
Okay. Yeah, there's plenty to choose from around our area, that's for sure.
It's always fresh. It's always available. They're always there.
Again, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, too, and I'm getting a new one in my area, Royal Farms.
There's one right down the street from me.
I'm a Royal Farms guy.
Well, the chicken is nice.
You get the chicken sliders pre-made, quick, in and out. Get a nice little Diet Coke, a little DC chicken slider, quick.
Royal Farms good.
Royal Farms, strong, Ray.
And they're popping them up. Yep. You like them, Ray?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm pro Wawa. At this point, though, while we're having this conversation,
I thought you were a chicken guy.
I like chicken, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm pro Wawa. I've become a chicken Caesar wrap at Wawa.
Oh, okay.
Actually pretty good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get sandwiches all the time from Wawa. I get their breakfast sandwiches almost, not every day, but I go through phases.
I get the sizzly.
Yeah, sizzlies are good.
Yeah, I brought the hash brown for Ray today.
So if you go to a Sheetz, are you rooting for the Knicks? You know what I mean?
Wow.
Huh?
Potentially.
Are you turning your back on a Philadelphia institution that is now went all the way down to Florida, and there's a lot of them in Florida? Ray, are you turning your back if you go to Sheetz and you're like, you know what? I kind of like Sheetz.
I've been upset that they're doing it inside my backyard pretty much.
In
your
school district, Ray.
I know exactly now where it is.
Here's the deal. I'm okay one time just to get the flavor, get the aroma, get the scent. I'm fine with it one time. You go back. That's not.
If you become a regular customer of Sheetz, is that turning your back on the area?
And you're turning your back on Wawa, yeah. Can't have it.
I've only went to Sheetz once, and that was up at State College, and I didn't know what I was doing.
What's the best? What's the best thing you can get at a Wawa, Sheetz, something like that? What's the best item? Like, what do you get? Yeah.
The best item for me, because it's always been the same and they don't change it, is the meatballs.
The meatballs are good.
Meatballs are good at Wawa. All right?
Yeah, the meatball sandwich, the meatball parm's good.
You know what you're getting every single time. Toast me up, throw a little lettuce on there, give me the meatballs, let's go. That's how I get it. But you can also just get it in a cup.
Yeah, and the hoagies are always very consistent. You're pretty much getting it. Uncle Jamie checks in with the big bite at 7-Eleven. Says
Uncle,
nobody.
All right, so I was asking, and I don't want to get deep here, But I was doing some digging on the processed food and everything that's going on. And,
Oh, you have?
know, and it's like, 7-Eleven, bro. The what? The Big Bite?
The Big Bite.
What does that consist of?
It's
that?
pig parts.
All right, good. And I'm a 7-Eleven guy. I go in. I get my Red Bull from 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I don't even know
My
where.
Celsius.
All the 7-Elevens by me have closed, except like my parents' 7-Eleven is still there on Old York Road in Abington. And there's nothing in there anymore. I remember when that 7-Eleven used to have a deli counter and a slicer. And they would slice you cold cuts and make fresh hoagies.
Cold cuts at 7-Eleven?
But then they can't do it because everything's franchised and they have to be able to keep track of everything. They don't even sell any food in 7-Eleven, really.
I don't want the people that work at the 7-Eleven by me doing the cold cuts. That's all I know.
But back then,
God bless.
because I remember the owners, they were twins, and the one guy had a tasty cake route. And then so they would that everybody would run the store. Then they sold it, probably a wise move. I used to work for a guy that owned the 7-Eleven in Hatboro, Dave Christie. He owned the Bonnet Lane 7-Eleven in Hatboro, and then he had the steak and hoagie franchise.
7-Eleven has their own 7-Eleven clothing collection here. Look at this.
There's nobody that's going in 7-Eleven anymore. They don't advertise, right?
I don't think so.
And I got nothing against 7-Eleven. They have nobody going in 7-Eleven.
I go.
The 7-Elevens are turning into poker machines and vape.
I think it has that
convenience
there.
stores.
Yeah. I probably visit my 7-Eleven at least 2 or 3 times a week.
The Temple University one thinks I'm still a student. I visit enough where they're like, I got a backpack. How's class?
I'd wear this polo shirt. That's a nice polo. 7-Eleven.
All right,
polos.
let's see if we can't get one for Sean.
Yeah, send it in.
All right, Jim in Northeast Philly has something on the 76ers. Jim, what's going on, man?
How are you guys?
Hey, how are you?
Fast, I'll get to my point. What did you think about the effort of the Sixers last night?
Ooh, you're right. You're right. It was non-existent. Let's just put it that way. It was over in the first quarter, Jim.
Well, let me ask you this then. Watching the game, right, with about 3 or 4 minutes left in the game, they show you different players on the bench. They show you Embiid and Lowry laughing.
Laughing it up. Saw it too.
Yeah. I mean, this is not like the first time. It's been many times. And I'll be honest with you. I've been going since 67.
Oh.
And I'm done. I'll never go to a game again. I mean, to have the disrespect for the fans like that, and people could say, well, maybe they were laughing at some joke. It's not acceptable.
Well, Jim, you know what, man? Listen, you're old school, and I'm with you.
Yeah, it's a fair take.
And you know what? I didn't see it because I was out. When the game was over and it was over early, I came back to it. But I'm putting the kids to sleep and, doing dishes or whatever, and, it's on the TV. I'm not paying attention to what's going on to it. But, yeah, would I have liked to see Embiid and Lowry yucking it up down Lowry 40 points in the fourth quarter? I don't know, man. I mean, what did I think of the effort last night? It felt like that they were going into the All-Star break, and they knew it, and the Knicks didn't.
14-4, and that was the point that I go, this is going to turn ugly. And one of the reasons why I believe that, put the effort to the side, was the fact that, like I said, it goes to timeout, and you think like it's the NBA, it's a game of runs, home court. No, there was no home court advantage last night. That was just a period, end of story. The Knicks were going to boat race the 76ers. I didn't think it was going to turn out to be a 49-point loss. And Joel Embiid and those guys were laughing on the bench. Now,
you know what the good thing is? It's a loss whether they lost by 1 point or by 50 points. And that's why it doesn't even faze me. It's like Doc Rivers called games scheduled losses. Literally. He would say, well, that was a scheduled loss. So you don't think the players feel the same way? Hey, Jim, I wish it was 1967 or 1997.
Wish it was 80s.
Yeah, me too. But that's just not. Unfortunately, and it's one of the reasons why I'm probably not as big of a NBA fan as I was back then. The product's just not as good.
I agree. I got a story about Jim McMahon. I got to give it to you. All
right, coming up next, we have that also.
We peaked in the 80s, John.
We heard from Zach Wheeler yesterday and how he has his rib in his closet or something.
Can I get a rib?
And he doesn't doubt getting back to his regular form, right? Who said he doesn't doubt he'll get back to his form? What's a reasonable expectation for Zach Wheeler this year and when to get him back? We'll get to that coming up and some other Philly stuff as well. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
You never stop thinking about
thing pops up because you have to send yourself a text message or a call to log in, so it's a lot of fun. But it always defaults on the person who has the letter of their last name. So Ricky Bo, it defaults on. So one time, without knowing it, I clicked it, call me, and it called Ricky Bo. I didn't tell him, but
call on me.
I always call Dutz because I always go hit mine and it ends up dropping it down.
Oh, it's next to Dutz.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go.
Tequila.
Zach Wheeler spoke yesterday, and he revealed that his rib that he had removed during his surgery for thoracic outlet syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
What did he do with it? Is it in his closet, he said?
In his closet, correct. Yeah. In his closet.
Is it in a drawer or where? What does he do? Did he just put it in there for safekeeping?
A paper bag or a plastic bag, or is that a jar with some
liquid in there to keep it
formaldehyde?
Yeah. That's just not like you can't just leave it there.
Why would you? I don't know.
I had your reaction, and then I thought, well, what would I do with it? You just throw it out? Just throw out your rib? Because he would have had, maybe, did the doctor ask him, do you want the rib?
Absolutely.
Or did he ask the doctor for the rib?
Well, I think
Hey, you want your rib?
Yeah. I guess, look, you got to get a rib removed, so you're having some fun with it, right? Because it's probably scary. It's probably something that's, having an effect on you. And maybe the doctors are crazy. They're kooky.
Yeah, you're right.
The last time I had to deal with a doctor with
when you got snipped, did they give you any souvenirs after?
I did not, no. And he was talking to me about bowl season the whole time, but he was normal. The guy that when Lane was born, this doctor came out of nowhere. He goes from hospital to hospital to perform this surgery, because we had to get the C-section.
Right.
He was wild. He's asking me where I should go out afterwards. He's like, I got to get around in. Like, he was.
It seems pretty inappropriate, and I wouldn't have liked that. And college bowl season, I know people get excited. I don't know if it's appropriate talk when you're getting slit.
Hey, look, he kept it moving.
All right,
it was fun.
There you go.
Not literally.
Anyway, Zach Wheeler. So what should we? Do you have sound from this, Ray, that we want to play? All right, here's Zach Wheeler yesterday.
No, I think any athlete, you have a surgery, you're optimistic about it, and you always have that good mindset of you're going to come back and be the same, performer as you were. So, that's kind of my mindset the whole time is, I'm going to be back to where I was. And I think that's the right mindset to have.
All right, let's go around the room. Do we let's say, what did I it seems like he's going to be back in May. They talked about him only being a little bit behind schedule.
He was out there yesterday.
Yeah, so I don't actually doubt that at this point. Is it reasonable to expect that Zach Wheeler will look like the Zach Wheeler prior to the surgery? I don't. I've looked to see. I mean, it doesn't seem like this is something that really changes the fabric of pitchers. Sean, you expecting the same ace?
Same ace.
Huh.
Same ace. I'm still expecting Zach Wheeler to be Zach Wheeler out there. Dominant. Just, look, I think I have to be real about the delay and him not having his regular buildup.
Right.
So it might take a little bit to get there, but I got all the confidence in the world. Matter of fact, somebody on MLB Network, they've been rolling out some wild lists. You want to talk about insanity? Check out the MLB Network these days. Anyways, they were talking about aces. Sanchez considered as an ace. They did not consider Zach Wheeler as an ace. And I think that's misguided.
Really?
Yeah, I just think that's the wrong way of looking at it due to what's happening. Is he going to miss 3/4 of the season? I could get there. That's not going to be the case. Zach Wheeler is an ace.
Yeah. He's been, since the Phillies signed him, he's been, when we say one of the best pitchers in baseball, no, legitimately one of the best pitchers in baseball. One of the top 3 or 4 pitchers, starters in the game.
Yeah.
Ray, expectations?
To have him as like the best or one of the top 5 starters in baseball feels like a really high bar to throw for the guy coming off of this. Like, do I think he's going to be an impactful pitcher? Yeah. Do I think he's still going to be one of your top 2 guys? Yeah. I just don't think that I'm going to expect to see the Zach Wheeler that I grew accustomed to, where it's going to be like a low to mid 2s ERA, and he's going to be flat out dominant for 7 innings, night in and night out. Like, I think my expectation has been tempered. Maybe by September we get to that point. But if you're slotting that in for May or June when he gets back, I'm more cautious on thinking that he's just going to be Zach Wheeler of old right away. I appreciate his mindset, but I don't think I'm in that spot where I think he's Zach of old.
I think everybody, like, he's not going to be. You can't have. He's not going to be coming like, oh, he's going 8 innings again. He's got to ease himself into it, without a doubt. But by the end of the season, I'd be surprised if we weren't looking at the same picture that it's like, wow, he is so good. When you have Sanchez and Wheeler, that's what we're going to be saying going into the playoffs. With Wheeler and Sanchez, 1 and 2, they're tough to beat.
Hey, now, also the odds makers are thinking that he's going to return to form. He is 20-1 to win the NL Cy Young currently. Right now, he's tied with Logan Webb. Then you go Snell, Sale, Hunter Green, Sanchez. Hello. Yamamoto at 5-1, Paul Skeens at plus 225. So he's right there in the thick of it as far as best pitchers in the NL.
Yeah, I was kind of deciding whether or not I was going to be worried based on what was happening. Everything's so far so good, right? I mean, there's no talk about setbacks. He's throwing. He's not pitching off the mound yet, but he's throwing, and it doesn't seem to be any issues just yet. And if there are issues, then we're obviously going to worry about it.
Whole different ballgame.
Yeah. But so far, man, and they need him.
Yeah, if you got a positive outlook on the Phillies, it starts with the rotation, right? It has to. And I'm even kind of downplaying the bullpen. There are some out there that would claim right now the Phillies have the best bullpen in the majors.
Strength of their team.
I need to see it. I can't. I have a hard time saying that the Phillies have the best bullpen. I know the names. I know the numbers. I'm with you. Show me. Show me when the time comes.
Well, Keller needs to do it in Philly with expectations because he got a two-year contract.
I know the names. I'm with you. But for you to get on, airways and Himbo was the guy that said it with Mike Gill a couple weeks ago. Oh, he was waxing about how great this bullpen is on paper. And I'm like, I get it. Show me when it comes to crunch time.
Over under 90.5 wins.
Oh, give me the over. I think this team's going to win the division again.
They are no longer the favorites to win the division.
That's fine.
Which is interesting.
Mets are going to Met, and the Braves are already dealing with injuries.
Yeah,
that's a snake-bitten franchise right now.
Yeah. All right, coming up, news at noon with Ray, who's got some dynamite things going on today, including...
Ooh, I can't wait.
Including...
News at noon might be my favorite segment.
Ben Roethlisberger, Joey Porter does not like Ben Roethlisberger.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really good. Another former Steelers quarterback, Russell Wilson's in trouble.
Oh, did not see that.
Me neither. Nick Wright has his fix for the NBA All-Star game.
Oh, tremendous.
Oh, so that's the show you do now? How do you fix the All-Star game? How do you fix the Pro Bowl?
He's got some ideas.
Oh, he didn't do this one on television.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Smoked in South Philly. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The 76ers lost 138-89 to the New York Knicks last night at Xfinity Mobile Arena. They were down 30 at the end of the first half. Tyrese Maxey had 32 points in the loss as he will now go represent the 76ers in the All-Star game. And after that, the 76ers will have an opportunity to get back to action next Thursday against the Hawks. Looking down to Clearwater for the beginning of Phillies spring training. We got to hear from Zach Wheeler yesterday, who gave an update on his recovery.
Getting the repetitive throwing, just making sure everything is in time and in sync. And, I think the next thing is probably just moving back further. Then we'll do the flat grounds and then off the mound a little bit.
We spoke to former Philly Whit Merrifield earlier on in the show, breaking down what he thinks of the Phillies clubhouse, Rob Thompson, and just general baseball conversation. You catch that one more time on our website or the Fanatic app. Former Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo has found a new job as the pass game coordinator for the Miami Dolphins. That was reported yesterday. This update is brought to you by Apple Vacations. Save up to 40% on spring break and summer vacations during the family travel sale. Plus, kids stay free at select resorts when you book by February 26th. Visit applevacations.com to learn more. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, Best Birds Talk in town. 97.5 for the Fanatic and the Fanatic.
am John Marks. He is Sean Brace.
Yo.
He is Ray Dunn. News at Noon coming up here in a second. Make sure you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe to 97.5 The Fanatic. Hit that thumbs up button. Shows live every day from 10 to 2. Kincade and Salciunas in the morning. You can go back and watch any portion of the show whenever you want to if you can't catch it live. And a lot of people tuning in this morning, Sean. I'm sure I'm getting rave reviews on my shirt.
Oh, yeah. If Bayless puts something out there with you, like you're a background for a computer, I mean, he's a genius. He's a wicked genius.
I could see it being a background, nice background, warm springtime one.
Yeah, and speaking of the timeline, I want to give a shout out to Jedi Nep. He said we're must listen to. Got him cracking up today. Nice.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Appreciate
man.
it. Yeah. Ray, how come no one ever comments on Ray's clothes? It's always me or Sean.
Because this is pretty inoffensive. I'm pretty sure my grandmother owned that bedsheet you're wearing.
You mean to tell me? Are you mean to tell me?
I have a plate at home that looks like this, actually.
Are you telling me that my Cleveland Indians jersey is offensive? Is that what you're telling me?
No, you're good. Today, that looks good.
Literally, yeah.
Believe me.
Yeah. You notice how it says Cleveland, right?
But is that how they're selling them now?
Yeah, exactly. But it's Rick Vaughn, who,
Rick
by the
Vaughn,
way,
99.
Charlie Sheen has his skeletons in the closet.
He's got a lot going on, Charlie Sheen. He does.
They just did the series on him, right?
Winning.
I thought Netflix did something on
Yeah,
him.
the whole winning thing. Little did you know it would get even more strange after
Tiger
that.
blood. Oh my God.
So, by the way, so if you like, that's why you tune in the YouTube, because people. I mean, this is just me. I don't know. I don't wear stuff like this every day, but
Okay.
well, yeah, when I want to feel like I want to put on a collared shirt, this is typically I do have some blue pants on.
I thought you were doing it for spring training vibes. I dig it.
No, my grandmother who passed a number of years ago. This was her wardrobe. A lot of times. No, it wasn't actually.
Oh, gotcha.
But this is how she would look.
You wearing Grandma Marks' shirt.
Same color pants.
That's nice. It's a good look on you.
Thank you.
You're comfortable.
So that's why you should tune in the YouTube. You never know what you're going to get, right?
Yeah.
Except with Ray, you know exactly what you're going to get.
Pretty much,
That's
yeah.
a good call about you. I did order, because you know the chat. The chat likes to have some fun at our expense with
Right.
what we're wearing. So I did order a couple things with the chat in mind. Shout out to the great website, DH Gate. Should be having them in like 2 months. It's going to be fun.
Once it clears customs.
Yeah.
and the prison workers finish the clothes. All right. Let's get to the news and the internet.
This city needs its news.
Now, it's time for
I'd like to be remembered as a good newsman.
the News at Noon
That's the coolest piece of way I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane.
with Ray Dunn.
All right, we got a couple of quarterbacks to open up this news at noon. We'll start with Ben Roethlisberger, who's not speaking here but being spoken about. Joey Porter going on Cam Hayward's podcast, and I think it's pretty safe to say that Porter has no care in the world for his former quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger.
Then 7 definitely broke the brotherhood because, like,
That's the one I don't understand.
the 7 dude that we don't talk about
I know.
is crazy. Like out of anybody should talk, he should never grab a microphone and really talk Steeler business. Yeah. Because if we talking Steeler business, his ass is foul of all foul. Like shit that he's did is foul of all foul. He's not a good teammate. Won a Super Bowl with him, but the person, he's just not a good teammate. Like he knows that. Anybody in the Steeler building knows that. But we protected him. Because I've only won 1 Super Bowl, and that was my quarterback. So do I love my quarterback? Yeah, but is he a good person? No.
Yeah.
Wow.
He also ripped James Harrison too, in the same podcast.
Man.
Yep.
So finally a good podcast that's out there. Now you know who the co-host was right there? Did you know that voice? Did you
Diana
recognize?
Rossini?
That is correct, sir. She made her rounds at Radio Row. She put some miles on those heels.
Yeah, Mike Gill. Were you on the air?
Yeah.
Mike Gill was thrilled to have her.
Yeah.
Damn, we didn't get a chance to get her that week.
Oh, I don't.
We would have been there.
I don't know.
Great.
Ray, good job not booking her. I don't know if that would have been good for.
Well, did you notice I didn't even mention who the woman's voice was?
Yeah.
Because I knew we would go down the aside of
Yes.
Diana Rossini instead of him ripping Ben Roethlisberger.
John's favorite reporter, yes.
So Roethlisberger, bad dude. I think like that's not going out on a limb saying that. Remember what he was accused and suspended for.
Correct. Yeah,
Total loser.
Bad teammate isn't the worst thing he's been accused of. Let's just put it that way. Porter did say, quote, "We voted to be captains. You had to be voted in. It came in an era where they just gave you the C because if he wasn't captain, he'd probably have a hissy fit. But nobody's going to vote him as a captain because he don't have no captain quality." Damn.
All right.
Does A.J. Brown have captain quality? He wears a C.
He does. He does.
A lot of people were upset about that over the weekend. Like, you can't be the captain anymore, man.
I don't disagree. Like you can say, I can sit here and say over and over, everybody in the building loves AJ, the front office loves AJ, the coaches love AJ, but ultimately there's a certain way you have to behave to be that captain. I agree with you. All right, what else, Ray?
All right, next up, another former Steelers quarterback, if you remember his time with Pittsburgh. That's Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson went on Hot Ones Versus, which is like Hot Ones, the show with Sean Evans where they eat spicy wings. Instead, it's you versus someone else. They ask you a question, you either answer it or you eat the hot wing. So his wife, Ciara, asked him, what ring is more important to you? This is just tough to listen.
Which ring is more important to you? Dang! Your Super Bowl ring or your wedding ring?
He then went and ate the ring. Or ate the wing, not the ring. That would be something.
That would have
been
been something. Which ring?
He didn't answer.
Oh, he ate the wing to not answer it.
Oh, got it. Sorry. Was not up on my Hot One Versus knowledge there.
Let's be clear. A lot of people get married every single day.
Yep.
There's only been 60 Super Bowl wins and even fewer Super Bowl winning quarterbacks.
That's correct.
With all due respect. Come on.
Say it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's going to say that.
Wasn't he married before, too?
He was.
Yeah.
That's the other part of this.
There you go.
He was married young.
There you go.
That's what I would have said. My first wedding ring.
Yeah, right.
What do you want? But what do you want him to say? You want him to say Super Bowl ring?
No, he did the right thing. Not answer.
Eat the wing. Eat the wing.
And he's being cute about it. He was playing it up. Oh, that Russ going to be getting in the TV.
I like
annoying
Russ.
people.
I've always liked Russ. I always have. Hell of a story.
Mr. Unlimited. He also went to NC State, so Sean, North Carolina connection.
For a year, I think, right? Yeah, it wasn't all that long. I just, he was a great quarterback, and for my money, a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, has he played his way out of the Hall of Fame? It feels like it.
Probably not.
No?
No, I feel like we're going further to the, we're going to start inducting more and more people.
I don't know.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think they probably will change it. You're right about that. But shout out Russ. Eat the wing.
Well, no, I think what Ray's saying is that everybody gets into the Hall of Fame now.
Not that everybody gets in, but that, like, Russell Wilson, they're going to look at his numbers, say, look at those passing totals, look at the Super Bowl he won, and it's going to be...
Even when he wasn't good, he still put up good numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you look at the numbers from Denver, you'd be like, well, why did he get benched? Well, people have eyes. They realize he's just dumping down everything, and he has high completion percentage because he's just dumping everything down. But anyway. All right, what's last?
Last one for you here. Nick Wright has his fix for the NBA All-Star Game. He was on Bill Simmons' podcast and gave us this one.
White guys versus black guys. Luka, Joker, Flag, Reeves, Knipple against Wimby, whomever. And I'm telling you right now, guys would play f***ing hard. Like that, there would be a real edge to the game.
Certainly would get a lot of talking points going.
Get a lot of attention, and we are getting close to a place where it'd be like, oh, that'd be a good game.
Was that Bill Simmons that was? Oh yeah, it's Bill Simmons.
All right. So
I mean, I would watch it.
Yeah,
of course.
I hate it. I don't want to even go down that path because it'd just be insanity that follows it, right? Especially for a guy that likes the dabble.
Would they have enough to fill out a roster?
Well, that's the bigger point. Is
TJ McConnell might have to get minutes.
He would on my team. That's the issue. It's like you got Cooper Flag now, and if you are bringing in Europeans, of course, like there are some studs.
I don't know if you can do Europeans. I think you have to do Europeans and then American whites. Or North American whites.
I got bad news for you on the whole American whites thing.
I don't know how much we're filling out there.
That's what I'm saying. TJ McConnell would need to play.
Austin Reeves is getting minutes for us.
Yeah.
Playing well.
Austin Reeves, you kidding me?
Yeah.
That was prefaced by him saying, Bill, your boy Knipple has to figure it out. So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, if the game's 4 minutes long, maybe the whites would win. The longer that you play, the more athleticism would probably take over. I'd like to say it. Does Mac McClung play in the game just because he can dunk it?
Tyler Hero's getting minutes, right?
The whites are cooked.
Yeah, we're
yeah, of course.
It's over.
You could say it's our team. We're done. Yeah, we're not. We're in trouble.
Yeah.
We are in trouble on that one.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, he's not the first one to float that out there. I heard that last year. It was popular on the podcast tour. Man, everything has changed over the years. It used to be a really fun event to tune into, NBA All-Star Weekend. And, you got to blame the players. The players are the only ones that got to look themselves in the mirror because Guys like Kobe and like there is details on when it changed, and it had a lot to do with LeBron.
Yep.
It's unfortunate, but guys like Kobe, Jordan, all those guys, they took it serious. AI, Steph Marbury, like that fourth quarter was go time, and now it's non-existent to the point that they had to change, bring the world in. It's just nonsense. That's all.
We have the three. Actually, we'll do the 3-point contest tomorrow because we have tomorrow. Maxie's in it. I'm going to be tuned in just for Maxie on both days.
That was appointment television Saturday night at three-pointer slam dunk competition. Let's go.
Do they even? Oh yeah, they do have the slam dunk competition.
I don't even know who's in it.
I don't know who they are. I'm not a big NBA fan, but I don't even know who they are.
Ray, do you have the list in front of you?
Carter Bryant, Jackson Hayes, Kashad Johnson, and Jace Richardson Jr.
Huh.
I mean, you tell me if you've heard of them. I haven't. I mean, I look at box scores.
Yeah.
Just like they interest me. I don't know. I'm out. There you go. But I'll be tuned in. It's cool.
Jackson Hayes from the Lakers. I just don't remember these guys doing too much of like flashiness.
But typically, and of course, like you had mentioned, LeBron, when Kobe was a rookie or a young player, he participated in the dunk contest. It was one of these things that you did. It was a rite of passage, right? So you're the young athletic guy. You're going to do it. And then Bron's like, hell no. You want to know why? Because if he lost, he wouldn't have been able to handle it. So how do you not lose in the dunk contest? You don't do it.
Kashad Johnson. He is a second-year swingman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not even worth talking about because nobody cares. All the dunks have been done. I don't think there's really anything else you can do.
I think there is. There is.
Like what?
Well, I mean, I'm not a high flyer, John. I know you look over at me and you see nothing but athleticism. But
right, I know. But what?
Blake Griffin jumped over a Kia.
Over the hood.
Because Jim's, over the hood. Well, who was the fake blindfolder? Cedric Sabalos had a blindfolded he could see right through.
D Brown threw the hand up.
But look what can they do now?
Get creative.
Okay, then get creative. But you don't even know who the players are.
No, I don't.
That's the problem. Blake Griffin was a legitimate young star.
Now Richardson is the son of Jason Richardson.
I was wondering that.
Which is pretty strong there. Pedigree. I'm trying to find the odds on this bad boy.
So will Sean be out watching the All-Star game on Saturday night? Away from his family?
No.
Probably.
No.
Hey, honey, you got the kids, right?
I do have a jam-packed week next week, though.
Oh, yeah.
Going to the PCL championship game, Ray, on Wednesday.
Are you?
Yeah, got my tickets.
Is it Wednesday?
Yes.
That's always something.
Yep. At the Palestra.
Yeah.
I've never been. I'm fired up.
Oh, that's going to be – I've never been either. That's an experience of a life.
There's a big game tomorrow. So
I will be in attendance for Roman Judge tomorrow night.
Could you give me real quick cliff notes on that? What do we got?
Roman's hosting. Roman's the higher team, the higher seed in that one.
But a lot of talent, though.
Yeah, a lot of talent. Derek Morton Rivera is going to Temple from Judge, who's really good. And then my guy Mark Jackson, his son, going to ECU for Roman. So that should be a really good game.
A lot of studs in that game, John. Yeah, so Wednesday then. And then we got Villanova UConn at the X on Saturday night. If my wife's listening, she has no idea about that one just yet. Still, it's
That's
okay.
Next week?
That's next Saturday, yeah. Come on, man. Nova and UConn?
Oh, how could you miss that?
Gotta be there.
I'll tell you what, I've never disliked Nova more than with this new head coach that they have, Kevin Willard.
Come on.
He's about as D as anybody. A D is as much as you're going to see.
More adjustments than a chiropractor happening right now.
Good
with
coach.
That guy. Oh, he is.
Good coach.
He is. He's got that team believing. He flipped it fast.
He must not be easy to play for. He is. He's good. He's good. Those guys are on their toes.
Doesn't he come off as majority of basketball coaches, though?
Yes.
Right?
Well, I don't know about the majority. Jay Wright never.
No, you're right.
But Jay Wright's, we're talking about the top 1%.
Jay Wright's
Hall of Famer.
Jay Wright.
Yeah. Right. But he's if you go back and you look, he's always getting fresh with the media and getting angry with the media. And
yeah.
He's just a major jerk. He really, really is.
You know what? It's just coaches. Right, we look at guys like Izzo.
It's basketball coaches.
Izzo was that type of guy when he was first coming up too, as
Dan
well.
Hurley.
Hurley's a maniac.
He's a total maniac. Yeah,
I tee him up every single game if I was a ref. I can't believe he doesn't get a technical foul every game.
Yeah, that's Willard without the accomplishments.
It's fair. Watch out for this year, though.
So Joe in Philly, is Joe a New York fan, or is Joe just because Joe says that New York owns Philly in every sport, which. Yeah. Joe in Philly. Joe, go ahead.
Except for one.
How are you? Yeah, at least one. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, can you hear me, guys?
Loud and clear, Joey.
Yeah, no, they own us right now. The Knicks, the Islanders, it's sickening. I'm old. I can remember the Prism days, turning on Prism, and the Flyers winning and the Sixers winning, and it was a pleasure to watch. It is absolutely disgusting to watch the Sixers and the management. To give Embiid the extension, what are you thinking? And then to Paul George that kind of money, and if they don't get any of the Duke players right, they pass on the one, they take the other. Okafor was not the right fit. They pass on Tatum and give an extra pick there. It's to the point now. But I couldn't even imagine. God forbid, I was sitting in that game last night, getting killed by the New York fans. Listen, we've had them in football, we've had them in baseball for a while, but let's face it, they beat us in the playoffs with an inferior. The Mets beat us a couple years ago.
Yeah, that was rough.
Then we got to worry about all of these New York teams, the Devils, this one, that one.
Wow.
It's tough being a Philly fan right now.
It is, Joe, for sure. It is. Yeah, you can. I'm not worried about the Devils or the Islanders.
No one's going to have any sympathy for us on that one.
Rangers stink this year, right? They're bad. I think they're one of the worst teams in hockey.
That's good hockey knowledge by you.
Listen.
Look at you, Johnny.
I could be totally wrong. So don't take it. So Google it.
He is correct.
Yeah, Rangers are really bad.
I thought they were bad too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would say yes. But in the grand scheme of things, at the top of the mountain, the Philadelphia Eagles are far and away better than anything the New York Giants have put out there for years. That is a terrible, terrible franchise. How far off that Giants team has fallen. Will Harbaugh fix it? I don't know. They got some good pieces. I get it, but I'm not worried about that. The Eagles are far and away a better franchise than anything the New York Giants have put out.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, by the way, I can't cite Okafor right now as far as where we are as a franchise. That was a long time ago. Okafor.
Good pull, though.
Yeah, it was a good pull.
I thought he was a New York fan, so I had my back.
We were ready to go.
I was like, all right, you want to go? You want some of this?
The winter sports is pretty rough. It's been pretty rough.
I'm telling you, we got to look ourselves in the mirror. We got to get down there for the Knicks games next year. Or playoff time.
Right. Or playoff time. Because you were down there last night. You were yelling and screaming.
Mentally, I was there.
Right. You went to the bar instead, and that's how you... 12 o'clock hour of the program brought to you by Service First HVAC. 0% financing. That's what I need with everything. 48 months. Rebates, tax credits up to $4,300 when purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more at ServiceFirstHVAC.com. There you go. So the Sixers don't play until next Thursday. You have the All-Star game coming up this weekend. The Flyers don't play until what? February 20?
Oh, yeah.
3rd or 25th or something? You have the Olympic break?
You see the hat I'm wearing? I got the USA Hockey. They play today. We play today.
So give me 3 minutes on the Olympics. What have you been watching? Lindsey Vonn, I mean, Jesus.
Third surgery.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not, and she had said it was going to be a complex. I don't think they keep having surgeries because they're worried about her losing the leg.
No, it's
But
terrible.
still, that's one of these really bad fractures.
Well, currently right now we have 13 medals. Last night was insane. The crazy thing of that, I'm watching all these Olympics. It's just like, okay, downhill skiing. Like all these guys last night were going 85 miles per hour down. You got the drone that is following them. It's unbelievable camera work. But it's like they all look the same. Like it's amazing how somebody is a little bit faster than the other one. I get it. It's about technique, cutting the corner, whatever.
But that's what decides it.
It's unbelievable how tight it is. So I saw last night the USA men did really well as far as downhill skiing. And then I found myself at the bar eyeing up the one screen over here. And it was Olympic freestyle dance on ice skating. Oh, man, it was...
You enjoyed it?
It was beautiful.
Was it individual or couples?
Couples.
Okay.
And I mean, the couple from Spain, I think. Let me pull it up. Did we win? I think we might even won gold.
What a victory.
It was incredible to see that last night. They were so precise on their technique and, the dance. And it's like, man, really good looking people out there on ice.
Hell yeah.
Just, caught my attention at the bar. I gave it a little watch.
I'm looking for if there's a line on the hockey game. I'm not seeing it right here on the Bet Parks app.
Yeah, last night was good. I was tuned in. A lot of the fun stuff happening. I know everybody loves the curling, and I was watching it a little bit. I need a little bit more action in my life.
Yeah, the curling's fine, but I'm with you. I get pretty bored. Winter Olympics is the women hockey. They've been killing it.
Yes.
The men play Latvia today. Ray, is Latvia, do we have to worry about them?
Always got to worry about Latvia. Going to be a really, really dangerous game.
Oh, and I misspoke too. I apologize. We took silver. So France came in and took the gold for figure skating ice dance, and it was electric, John. It really was. I mean, it was just so seductive. The way that they were looking into each other's eyes, spinning, climbing on top of each other's heads. There was a lot going on.
So you're at the bar,
yeah,
turning yourself on, watching you were just talking about it being seductive.
I wasn't getting excited.
There was no women at the bar, so you had to.
We were down 49. There was nothing that was moving the needle, John. All right,
and you got lost in the moment of.
I was just looking at how much technique is involved, and think about it. Like I couldn't do it on feet, right? Like walking around, I can't dance with my wife like that. These people are on ice skates, and the lady was climbing on his head, wrapping legs around his face.
That's why you were getting turned on. There you go.
We got a long break. Go smoke a cigarette.
Silver.
Coming up, a story in the Ringer says the Eagles are on the precipice of a reset because of a lack of trustworthy coach and a superstar quarterback. Is that fair? Is this really a reset or a reboot for the Eagles? We'll discuss coming up after this. It is Middays with Marks 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Crushed by the Knicks. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Knicks beat the Sixers 138-89 last night. The 76ers found themselves down 30 by the end of the first half. Tyrese Maxey had 32 points in the loss. And now as the Sixers head in the All-Star break, he heads to All-Star weekend, will participate in the three-point competition and be a starter in the All-Star game. Phillies spring training is underway from Clearwater. We heard from Zach Wheeler yesterday. He gave an update on his recovery.
One of my goals is just to come back as soon as I can. But at the same time, like I said before, it's just kind of checking off those boxes to make sure that arm's strong enough to move back further or get off the mound or stuff like that.
Wheeler's former teammate Whit Merrifield joined us earlier on in the show to break down everything going on with Phillies ahead of spring training and also give us a look inside that Phillies clubhouse. Former Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo found a new job as he's now the pass game coordinator for the Miami Dolphins. This update is brought to you by Apple Vacation. Save up to 40% on spring break and summer vacations during the family travel sale. Plus, kids stay free at select resorts. We book up by February 26th. Visit applevacations.com to learn more. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, best birds talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
I'm John, he's Sean, and he's Ray. It's the John, Sean, and Ray Show.
Hello.
Hey. By the way, we're still waiting on the Dudes on Dudes podcast to release the A.J. Brown episode.
Wow.
What are they doing? Seriously, if you want the least amount of buzz for a guest, hold an interview that you did at the Super Bowl until everybody completely forgets about the Super Bowl and A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown may have said on the show, I want to be traded, and they don't realize that they should put it out because they're so dumb.
All right, spin zone here, because I agree with you. But in their minds, let's just wait till we have the absolute cratering of any football news, and then we put out the episode.
I'm tweeting him again.
Yeah, Ray, I would agree that they can't be this dumb, and there is logic behind what they're doing.
There's a strategy. It might be a misguided strategy, but it's a strategy.
I just think I don't think it's a good one.
No, I disagree with it.
Because did they have Kelsey? Because they took these pictures from Super Bowl. So if you don't know, Dudes on Dudes podcast is Gronk and Edelman, Julian Edelman.
That's right.
And they had A.J. Brown live at the Super Bowl, and they recorded an episode with him, and it hasn't been released yet. They released John Gruden. I think they did one with Kelsey as well. That hasn't been released. But they take a picture, and like right after when they did it, and there's like coming soon, A.J. Brown with Dudes on Dudes. And meanwhile, we're Thursday. Any buzz from they're at the Super Bowl. Don't you think you want to get it out there while the Super Bowl's still fresh on everybody's mind?
That's how I operate.
I mean, it makes sense that way.
The content world operates like that. But when you're Julian Edelman and Rob Gronkowski.
Did they not ask him about the trade stuff, and that's why they're not putting it out? Because there's no urgency to put it out?
I would be shocked if these two New Englanders didn't ask him about being traded to New England with Vrabel. But to me, sometimes Gronk, I don't know if 1 + 1 = 2.
Right.
So
I don't think it does ever.
And Edelman thinks I wouldn't want to be asked this if I was a player, so I'm not going to ask AJ because that's the last thing he wants me to do is ask.
I expect more out of Edelman. I expect more out of Edelman.
Edelman's got some fresh the Games with the Names podcast out. He's got a Gruden episode that looks like it was filmed in the studio at home. So, look, he's just a man with a lot of podcasts right now. And Dudes on Dudes is in the back seat with all this.
If it wasn't called Dudes on Dudes, would we be talking as much about it as we are?
Well, A.J. Brown is there.
Maybe not, but I still want to know why we don't know what A.J. Brown said. That's all. That's the only thing I care about. This whole Dudes on Dudes thing, we can play it up and have fun with it, and it's funny. But they interviewed him at the Super Bowl where he talked to Micah Parsons, and he's selling, at least it sounds like he wants to come back to the Eagles. Whether you believe that or not. I want to hear how he spins it during. Does he say? Is it the same strong statement? I'm staying. I don't want to go anywhere. Does he say something different? Right? Because a lot of people thought he was just giving cliche after cliche after cliche, and he's saying all the right things so he doesn't hurt his value because he wants to be traded.
And by the way,
I don't know.
They tweeted out a promo picture with the caption, "Man, A.J. Brown came through and crushed," in capital letters, John, crushed a brand new episode coming soon with the eyeball emoji.
Right. So are they waiting until it's a little bit of a lull, and then A.J. had said on there he wants to be traded? But he said it a couple weeks ago.
Dudes on Dudes.
I don't know.
Dudes.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the strategy. I'm trying to put my brain...
Will we ever see it? Did it get deleted? Was it on a laptop and it got deleted? Because it's happened before. It's happened before where, I've recorded an interview, and then something happened to the interview, and you couldn't use the audio.
Is there 28 days in February?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So matter of fact, this month I believe is like the first month in 800 years where it all lined up perfectly.
Perfectly. Yeah.
How about that? And my daughter's birthday is March 1st. She was almost born on a
leap year.
Yeah, crazy. Over, this episode gets released by February 28th.
Under.
Okay, better. Well, I'm putting this out there.
Who knows, though?
Over.
I guess why not? Yeah, do it during the season when the season starts. Let's have because everybody's looking to hear what A.J. Brown says to these idiots.
I'm hoping they release it draft weekend.
I mean, seriously.
These idiots.
And these two. Edelman, who has this weird Tom Brady fascination, and he's like the fluffer for Brady.
I was going to say, hold up. He's got a weird fascination. If Tom Brady's the reason that you're able to do 6 podcasts and be on Fox
Yeah.
Sports,
No, I know. It
utilize
doesn't
his
mean you
meal
need to
ticket.
follow him around like a dog.
I lost a little respect for Jules Edelnut. He doesn't do anything behind the scenes for his podcast, and like it was put out there on the pod where like the producers like he doesn't do anything. He none of the questions, nothing.
So he's unprepared when he does it.
Correct.
Yeah,
I
so
was like,
I'm
come
sure it's
on,
fantastic. I'm sure it's a great
dude.
podcast.
And like that's not cool.
I've
Put
got
some
such a
work in.
great personality. It's just going to take over.
Right.
The games with the names, and they no longer do any
listen,
games with names.
A lot of ex-athletes don't actually, they want to show up and do it and leave. They don't want any preparation or anything like that. Anyway, so the Ringer put something out where the writer believes the Eagles are on the precipice of a reset. And resetting because of the head coach and the quarterback. Because no one's extremely confident in what they are and if they're going to be here long term. So I don't think this is a reset. This year, the Eagles are never going to reset. They're never going to reset. And when Howie says they're never going to do that, it's not just lip service. He means it. Because every time we could say that 2024, right? Like 2024, no one saw coming. 2023, everybody thought they were going to get back to the Super Bowl because they lost the year before and they were very close to being the Chiefs. And then 2023, they fall apart and the season goes to hell. Then they win in 2024. There was no expectation they were winning a Super Bowl in 2024. I mean, there was as much of an expectation as there is going to be this year. They're one of the better teams in the conference. But then is Nick Sirianni and Jalen, can they get along? Like, can the team get along with Jalen? Do they believe in Nick Sirianni? Nick Sirianni almost got fired. There were a lot of questions going into 2023. Or 2024. And then they win the Super Bowl. So I don't think the Eagles are ever resetting.
No. Jeffrey Lurie, the owner, they're not resetting. They are retooling, and there's enough pieces currently still with this roster that it should not even be a question. I'm with the offseason conversation. I'm with kicking things around. That's fine. But Howie Roseman missed on this past draft. I expect Howie
Big time.
Roseman to hit a home run this offseason. I think they're going to be aggressive. I think they're going to swing big. Hopefully they make contact. Look, 2024, that draft was fantastic with Coop and Quinyon. No arguments there. But last year they missed. So
Campbell looks good.
That's true.
But Kuba, I'm not going to overreact. He looked okay in his rookie season.
I guess maybe it's not fair to compare to the year before with what he had.
No,
but it was definitely a drop off. Let's put it that way.
But if you look, and I'm not even going to pull it up right now, but if you look at the rest of the draft picks, doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of production.
There was an issue when
Was Trot Jr. 2 years ago?
Ooh, that was even.
That wasn't last year. It was 2 years ago. Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't last year. Certainly wasn't last year.
Was it the Quinyon draft too? Was Trot Jr.?
Yeah.
Okay, you're right.
All right, so here's the draft last year with the Eagles.
Yep.
All right, so you had Campbell, who was at the end of the first round. I think that's a good pick.
Good pick.
But Kuba, we'll see.
I like it, but we'll see. I'm fair with that.
Ty Robinson. Nothing so far. Mac McWilliams.
Yep.
Shmael Mondon.
Big time, yeah.
Drew Kendall. Kyle McCord got cut. Miles Hinton. Those two offensive linemen they took late. One of those guys might end up developing. And then Antoine Powell Ryland. I don't think he made the team.
Yeah.
So anyway, what do you have out of that?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing.
Top two. Look, we know that there was an issue, and they have to dial up Brandon Graham. Right? Middle of the season, you got to bring Brandon Graham out of retirement. That's an issue right there. And you see he wants to come back?
He's coming back. Oh, we broke it down.
97.5.
He's coming back.
And that's not a problem for people out there?
10 snaps a game?
But he's occupying a roster spot.
He had 3 sacks last year.
Can he do that again?
Can Ty Robinson?
No, I know. Well, I guess my bigger issue is, like, that's the low bar, right? And I love BG, but that's the low bar. Like, can't you go out there and replace that with something that maybe you can get potentially more?
I guess you could.
So, look, it's great to see that Lane's coming back. You know, the offensive line
offensive line needs to be fixed.
Should be fixed, and it starts there. Something that I was thinking about, what was the big thing from this year? The identity. We kept talking about they didn't have an identity. What is going to be their identity this upcoming season? Will that be a question mark in week 3, week 9?
What's your answer right now?
I don't have one.
Yeah, me neither. I don't either. I agree.
It's got to be based off of Saquon Barkley. It has to.
It's got to be based on the quarterback. You can't win with just – everybody said it that year. A lot of people said it there. Oh, you can't win running the football and playing defense. Well, they did. But you can't do that every year.
No.
Like at some point, you have to evolve. The whole reason they're doing this on offense is the evolution of it. You don't hire an offensive coordinator and change your offense. If you have success, the offensive coordinator is going to leave. That's not a reset. Then you got to find a new offensive coordinator. They're going out there this year. Just wait and see how he does in free agency and the draft. Yeah. And then we'll have a real idea if they think they're even doing a little reset.
Yeah, it's hard to answer that question right now. Is AJ back? Because that's going to have a lot to do as far as influence on the identity answer.
All right, we're going to pour one out for Kevin Patullo. What was your go-to Kevin Patullo moment? I have mine. I do.
Ooh.
And are people really worried about a bigger reset? We'll check in on the text line as well. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, let's talk about my dentist, Dr. Eric Pastor. Let me tell you this. There's not many times where you have something that happened that's life-changing. That's what happened with me and Dr. Pastor, the Roars for Dentists. It's because I was at sleep apnea. Now, I was being treated because I had a CPAP machine, but it really wasn't being treated because I would rip the CPAP mask off almost every night. So I was still snoring. I still had sleep apnea. And it's not good for your health. You have no idea what untreated sleep apnea does for you. It's no joke. It can lead to diabetes, high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. Just Google it. The good news is Dr. Pastor and his team make the process easy for you. If you're snoring all night long, if you're waking up exhausted, short of breath, you probably have sleep apnea, and you're not alone. Dr. Pastor offers a modern, comfortable sleep apnea device that helps keep your airway open so you can finally get the rest your body needs and your partner's rest. If you're keeping your wife up all night because you're a snorer, I'm telling you this changes your life, and it's so easy. The Dr. Pastor and his team connect you with the right doctors and even help set up a home sleep test, which is very, very easy. It wraps around the tip of your finger. That's it. If you've never been diagnosed or you have, this treatment is covered by most insurance plans, including Medicare. This is not a dental issue. This is a medical issue. So if you're fed up with the CPAP or, listen, maybe you just snore and you want to get it taken care of, I'm telling you, this process is easy and it can change your life. drpastor.com, drpaster.com, or you can speak to his sleep team right now. 610-67-SLEEP. 610-67-SLEEP or drpastor.com.
Wake up with
97.5, The Fanatic, John Marks, Sean Brace, Ray Dunn. It is Valentine's Day. Well, that'd be Eve would be tomorrow. I guess we'll do some Valentine's Day stuff tomorrow.
I like that. Athletes you fell in love with.
Oh. Are you going out for Valentine's Day? Get the reservation set up?
No.
I like the little laugh before.
Yeah.
When you're married with kids, there's no...
You know what?
Did you get a gift?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I would float the idea because my little one is he'll be 9 months on the 16th, so 4 days here. Turning 9 months. He is at the stage where you can go out with him. In like another month, we're not going to want to leave the house with him.
Right.
Because he's going to be crawling everywhere, running. Like, I'm not doing that. So I did float the idea that we should do a restaurant trip with him at this point in time. So maybe we do something Saturday at like 5 o'clock.
Yes, early.
PJ Willihan's for wings.
There you go. More wings?
Love them.
Mr. Wings.
Yep, I'm a wing guy.
That's Sean. All right. Kevin Patullo. Gosh, man. I was really holding out hope that he would stay in the organization. They'd find a spot for him. But I guess that was really...
won't see him no more.
I guess that was really there in case he couldn't find another job. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Ray, in case it was like, yeah, like we're not hiring you. You can be the senior quality control assistant or something. But he gets a job as the passing game coordinator of the Dolphins.
How about that?
How about that?
Bobby Slowick, right? After all that conversation about Slowick,
man,
he's
after
gonna be working with Bobby Slowick.
Oh, Bobby Slowick. Everybody wanted him here in Philly.
It's good work if you can get it.
So what is your poor Kevin Patullo? What's your go-to Kevin Patullo as we pour one out for him, Sean? Pour out the 40 for Kevin Patullo.
It's between two for me. One would be the kid in the parking lot that was roasting him, saying he needs to go flip burgers. That's definitely one that will jump off at the page at me when I think of Kevin Patullo. But the other one would be the Buffalo Bills game where they were able to finally score a touchdown in the soaking wet atmosphere up there in Buffalo. And next thing you know, you get a sideline cam and you get the Sirianni and Patullo Bash brother that as they went up and jumped. I'll never forget
That's
that
right.
image, and they locked arms. So they were really good at that. Of course, they were doing that when they picked up first downs this year too as well.
Right.
But yeah.
The Dallas, I thought they were pretty good in the. Honestly, I thought they were pretty good in the red zone with some of their gimmicky plays. The Dallas Goddard. Remember the one game they had the shovel pass?
They were.
They had something else. They weren't terrible. They were, in fact, weren't they on a historic pace inside the red zone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Obviously, that's not what people are going to think about Kevin Patullo. But the headline in the New York Post: Eagles' chaotic offseason takes another twist with Kevin Patullo bolting for the Dolphins.
Oh man,
what are we talking about?
Bolting?
Yes,
huge loss.
Yeah, the Eagles were like, damn, I think we're keeping him. I don't think he's going anywhere. This is awesome. And then he bolts. He says, Eagles, you suck. You're dysfunctional.
Do you think he ever stepped foot back in the NovaCare complex following the season? Except for to clean out his locker.
Yes.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think he was ever coming back. I think that was pretty plain and simple.
I don't know how you would, like, with all due respect to Kevin Patullo, who deserves respect despite the Eagles' offense, are you really going to go back to the team? I mean, like, it didn't work out. You don't go back.
No.
Unless you have no other options and you're not comfortable sitting out. I don't know contractually if you had more years on the contract or whatever.
Here's another one that I was thinking about yesterday. I'd love to get your opinion on. If you're Mike Vrabel and Drake, like, when do you watch that film? How do you operate that? If you're Mike Vrabel, are you watching that Super Bowl film the next day?
Yeah.
You are?
Sure. I don't know what you're going to get from it. Right? Like, they were, May was bad.
You don't take a week off? Like, maybe watch it like a week later? You got to watch it the following day?
I would do that.
Okay.
But I would also, if I got fired, would never coach again, and I would just live off that money. These losers don't do that. They just got, like Kevin Patullo, I'm assuming he was under contract past this year. He could have not coached, but these guys are afraid that if they get off the radar for a year, it's tough to get that next job.
Yeah.
So they don't want to do that. And Patullo's young enough to where I kind of understand.
These guys are lifers.
But he's also not making, like Matt Rule, I think the Panthers owed him $62 million or something crazy like that, Maybe that was his original contract. He didn't have to immediately go get a job somewhere, but that's what these guys do.
Yeah, Patullo it's all he can do, with all love and respect. He's 44. He's been in the
47.
47?
I think so.
He's been in the NFL since 2007. He deserves a lot of credit for that, too. Bills, Titans, Jets, Colts, Eagles. I get it. Now the Dolphins, but I don't know, man. Maybe open some things up for some other people out there.
No, for sure. Yeah, but now he is. Slowick? Who's the head coach down there now?
It's the guy from Green Bay.
The defensive.
Which a lot of people like.
Yeah, we'll see.
Good luck. in that division.
I mean, he's now the passing game coordinator of Tua if they can't get rid of him, or Ewers, or whoever else they bring in.
Solid.
Yeah, that's might be a one and done for Patullo there.
Desirable job for sure.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is that that's a job that you want to talk about. Everybody was saying, like, no one wants to be the Eagles offensive coordinator. I don't think anybody wanted the job with Tua, being the passing game coordinator with Tua, unless they want a job. And Patullo wanted a job, so good for him. Yeah, I mean, it definitely sucks that, like, ultimately you're judged on your success. And for better or for worse, the Eagles offense did not look good last year. And I think it's fairly easy to say Patullo wasn't great at calling plays. But then when you go back and you look at after the game, it's like, oh, well, look, that guy's wide open right now. Or like, oh, well, there's another throw that he could have made and he didn't, right? There was a lot of things that were going on last year that was not Kevin Patullo. You think Andy Reid, if he would have been the coach, he would have just been like, oh, well, I'm not the offensive coordinator. I don't know what the hell's going on. And we have learned that Nick was certainly more involved with the offense than just that. But still, it was Brian Johnson had a rough year this year. They got rid of him. He's still kind of floating around out there. He hasn't been a coordinator again, but he's still kind of floating around out there. And, Patullo will get the same chance.
Yep.
But anyway, let's pour one out for him.
And better weather.
Yes. Yeah, think about that.
Not according to Jalen Phillips.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Patullo may disagree with Jalen Phillips at this point. Coming from Philadelphia.
That Miami's not better weather than Philadelphia?
Well, it's just more desirable. Like, Jalen Phillips wasn't he kind of being like, this is football weather?
Yeah, I get that.
Said it was better weather.
Yep.
It's hot down there. I know that.
Odds that Kevin Patullo gets his house egged by a Dolphins fan after a poor passing game.
No, I don't see that happening. You got to care first. Don't make it right, though.
But that's what I'm saying.
We care enough to egg our offensive coordinator's house, but we can't pack the Xfinity Mobile Arena when the Knicks come to town.
They can't. Sean's still very upset.
Come on.
Very upset. All right, coming up. So Ricky and Bill had a very interesting question yesterday on the Phillies. Are the Phillies closer to winning the World Series or missing the playoffs, like, entirely?
Ooh.
Or the Phillies, because we've talked about this, and I'm not, I wouldn't say that I'm bullish on the Phillies, but I'm positive on the Phillies. All right? Are they closer to winning the World Series or to missing the playoffs altogether? What do you think? Text line, phone line, we'll discuss it. 610-632-0975. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Crushed by the Knicks, I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Knicks came down to Philadelphia, and their fans certainly came to Xfinity Mobile Arena and beat the Sixers 138-89 last night. The Sixers found themselves down 30 at the end of the first half. Tyrese Maxey had 32 points in the loss, so now head to the All-Star game, All-Star weekend, also participating in the three-point competition as the Sixers head into the break. The Phillies just getting started, spring training underway. Zach Wheeler gave an update on his recovery.
Getting the repetitive throwing, just making sure everything's in time and in sync. And, I think the next thing is probably just moving back further. Then we'll do the flat grounds and then off the mound a little bit.
His former teammate Whit Merrifield joined us earlier in the show to break down everything going on with the Phils ahead of spring training. Talk about that clubhouse and what he loves about Rob Thompson. You can catch that conversation one more time on our website or the Fanatic app. Former Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo has found a new home down in Miami. He'll be the pass game coordinator for the Dolphins. This update's brought to you by Wawa. Busy days made simple with Wawa's $5 deals. Start with the big breakfast meal deal, then $5 crispy chicken sandwiches. Order in-app or in-store. Gotta have a Wawa. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, Best Birds Talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
John, Sean, Ray. Couple things here. Phillies conversation coming up here in a second. Couple things here. Sean, you said you had some more Kevin Patullo moments.
Oh, Kevin Patullo moments.
That's what we're asking today. What is your favorite Kevin Patullo moment?
My guy Roy checked in and he said, sometimes we run the ball just to run it. That was a great moment.
That was.
And then
you have it, Ray? Right here? You have it?
I mean, there was a couple plays where we were just running to run it, right? And so we got to do a good job of making sure we put everybody in the best position to.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you're really going to put yourself in the best position when you're running it just to run it.
Oh, that is a good one. And then another one coming in from Danny here via Twitter. He said, the firing was my personal favorite. So nice one there, Danny.
There you go.
Yeah, nice.
All right. And a couple other things here. Uncle Jamie wants to know if you're going to be competing in the Horsham Hunks contest. You know about this?
I do not.
So Double Visions, and I don't even know what the date is.
Good grief.
But right now, if you'll hear the spots, they're
Yes.
running a Horsham Hunks thing where they're having a night, $500 to the winner.
Hello.
So yesterday we nominated Brenda Petrilli and Bill to go and represent the station. It'd be good if we had someone from the show representing them.
Oh, yeah. That's,
Horsham Hunks.
yeah.
$500.
It possibly could lead to 500. I'm going to tell you, it's going to have to lead to 500 for me to get signed on the dotted line.
We can't rig it, but if you win.
But no, I'm talking appearance fee needs to be attached to that then, I guess. There's no way.
Horsham Hunks.
There's no way I'm
Would
going to
you
be able to
strip?
sell that. Oh, I got a strip too?
Yeah, it's a strip.
Horsham
It's a
Hunks.
Double Visions.
I
strip club.
apologize. My stripping days have passed us. I think that's better for all of us, too.
Ray, while he's saying this, I'll easily pay $500 out of my pocket for him to go to Double Visions and strip.
I don't really have the finances to do it, but I definitely would throw some money
my
down for that to happen.
I would. All right. I give you $1,000 if you go compete in this contest.
Horsham Hunks.
I'll see if I can raise. I'll throw up the first
Are you-
500.
So let me follow up real quick.
It's a male stripping contest.
It is but Double Visions is
yes.
it's a strip
Gentlemen's club.
Yeah, it's a gentleman's club.
Correct. Up in Horsham. Love Double Visions.
But for this night, we're gonna roll out dudes stripping.
And you know what it's called, Ray?
Dudes on dudes.
Horsham Hunks.
Horsham Hunks.
Horsham Hunks. Wow, that is awesome, I guess.
All you'd have to do, you wouldn't have to go full nude.
I
guess it's a thought.
If you're getting me a G, I'm in. If you're getting me a
Horsham
G,
Hunks.
what's the date?
Can we get a GoFundMe for it?
What's the date?
I don't know.
I got to know the date before I start signing on the dotted line here.
All right, we'll discuss it.
Okay.
We'll discuss it. We can discuss it more.
And I would lock in too.
For $1,000, you do it?
Genuine Pony, the song that's definitely playing. That's my song right there, definitely. I'm coming out the back. Bow. Bow.
Horsham Hunks.
Yeah. Good grief.
So you wouldn't go 90s
No.
Def Leppard style.
Yeah. Off the top of my head right now, Genuine Pony.
Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard.
That's probably more my speed.
Would you do the poll? Would you?
I definitely would. Yeah. Definitely. I'd come out with the Windex bottle and the towel like they all do.
This is easily worth
You gotta clean-
$1,000.
Yeah, man. Look, man. Everyone's got a price.
So our research department's found that it is Sunday night. You have to sign in at 7 o'clock.
When
the show starts
this
at
Sunday?
Sunday.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
I got to work on this body before I start.
Yeah, no. You
Ripping
we
things
need at least
off
some.
here.
Uncle Jamie pledges $250.
Oh my! Well, I'll tell you what.
I'll obviously toss 100 in
Hey,
there.
look,
for that.
We'll get to you. We'll get it 1,000.
If this tab runs, I'll give you the answer tomorrow. But I'm telling you, we're putting a price tag on it. I'm in.
1,000.
Horsham Hunks.
Well, if Uncle Jamie's got $250, it sounds like $1,250
No.
now.
No. I'm saying
And he's
I'll
got
get,
$100. That's $1,350.
I'll
I'm
get
hearing.
it to 1,000.
It's a GoFundMe. Let's go. Don't put a cap on it.
Our boy Andy in Lambertville in the YouTube chat said he'd throw a couple
All
up
right.
there.
Yeah,
Now we're
so-
cooking. Look, you got to realize that for me to walk into that place, I'm already going to get cross-eyed. You know, the look of like, oh yeah, you're going there, so it's gotta be worth my while to deal with
Horsham
that.
Hunks.
Oh, I'm going to be stripping up there. Oh, she's going to love that one. Yes.
What could
Now, if I say $1,350 is at the end of the
here's what you have to worry about.
at the end of the
my
performance.
kids Google my name.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, eventually she will. I got no shame in my game. I'm in.
We'll just ask Crossy Broad not to do the story.
Yeah, right. That comes with the price tag.
I got to book some extra classes at Vision Fit over
So,
the
Ray,
weekend.
here's what we need. We need, just like with the old telethons, we need the rotary dial, or we need the phones, the landline phones, and tables so people can call in and can pledge money.
Horsham Honks.
No amount is too little.
Is Bill doing this? Because there's no way I'm beating Bill.
No, he's not doing it.
Oh, okay. But Brendan is.
No, we were just having fun and saying who would go and win.
Yeah, I
Who'd
would
be
do
the
it.
number one seed to go. And I said BP just because he's like Kevin or Chris Farley with the with Patrick Swayze in the Chippendale skit,
Which is a great skit.
It's a very funny skit.
Rest in peace to both of those guys.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze. All right, so there you go.
Nice.
All right, we even got Devon's even checking in.
No.
He's not pledging money, but he's. Yeah, he's not that stupid. I'm telling you, Uncle Jamie's in for $250. I pledged $500. Ray will consider it.
Wow.
I got $100 I'm throwing.
610-632-0975. Make your pledge right now. Because I don't have to put it up right now. I'm just pledging. I'll guarantee 1,000. I'm not telling you that it starts at 1,000 and then it goes up. But
Bean Brace making an appearance. Horsham Hunks. Let's go.
Horsham Honks.
All right, there you go. One more thing, then the Phillies talk. Ray, you had asked me a question during a break about booking a guest.
Yeah. So we're obviously looking for people to talk about some of the coaching changes here.
Right.
Chris Cooper played with the Broncos in 2013.
Hold on, I'm told it's Cooper.
Cooper, sorry. Now I have because you said Cooper. Now I'm starting to say Cooper.
So it's Cooper.
It's Cooper.
Cooper.
You're right.
Okay.
Chris Cooper.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Chris Cooper played with the Broncos in 2013. Someone else that was on that 2013 roster was Winston Justice. So naturally went down the process of finding Winston Justice. We're now LinkedIn connections. Seems like he's doing great. The question is, does he have enough on offensive line coaching and Chris Cooper to be a guest on the program?
Yeah, no, he doesn't. Even if he wasn't Winston Justice that gave up, he really, O.C. Urmanura owes lot of his career to Winston Justice. Poor Winston was a second-round draft pick who wasn't horrible, but for whatever reason, they left him on an island against O.C. What was he have 7 sacks?
Was that Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football?
It was a primetime game.
It was a primetime game.
Yep.
Yeah, it was all eyes on him. And that's the first thing that I said to him. And I was like, yeah. Now, did you just say, I apologize, did you tell him where you found him at?
Yeah, LinkedIn.
Okay, yeah, all right.
On LinkedIn. Ray's looking for any way to message somebody.
And he got through. So nice work by Ray on that one. I say yes. I vote yes. I vote yes because, number one, of what he's doing post-career, he looks like he's pretty successful. Number two, the connection obviously is there with Cooper. We can learn a little bit. And number three, look, it's just the reality of what comes with his name. And I think, like, he can have fun with that. It's always interesting to find or hear a player and how they deal with that. Is he laughing about, I'll always be remembered?
I like that angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but could he? If I bring him on and we ask him that and he freezes up?
Also, financial advice. I can always use a little extra tip or two. You know?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Financial advice.
The Dow's up 50.
But honestly, what Sean brought up was interesting. But you're asking the guy to come on to talk about the offensive line coach, and the only thing we really care about is how bad he sucked and how he handled that in a place like Philadelphia. It's just tough because honestly, I don't know what he could possibly say about the offensive line coach of the Eagles that I care about. He played with him for a season. Like, who cares? I don't know. I mean, if I thought he could give some thoughtful answer on why he's going to be this great offensive line coach, or I cared, sure.
I think it brings up a different angle, too, right? We can catch up with some of the former players that, maybe not be looked at as the greats.
So what you're saying is we had Whit Merrifield on today, Philly great.
Fits the.
Do we look for all the crappy former players in town? And I'm not trying to be mean to Whit at all.
Whit had a 280 career average.
He was a really good player.
Pretty good. Yeah,
Whit
man.
Did not have a great. And by the way, he was talking about how he felt like it was unfair that he got cut. I remember being really surprised that they got rid of him.
Same.
Because it did feel early. He wasn't great, but I don't know.
Never called for a guy's job, but when he got cut, I was like, that checks out. Yeah.
All right, so what do we vote? Do we put it out there on Twitter or
I
think YouTube chat?
Yeah, because you don't want that to get.
Well, then if
how about
we
the YouTube
publicize
chat?
it and it gets back to.
How about the YouTube chat?
There
Would
you
they
go.
want to hear Winston Justice, knowing that if I ask him about, like, hey, you sucked against Josie, what happened that? Like, because seriously, you can't avoid that game, can you?
No, you cannot.
Right. I don't want to ask him about that. That's
a no.
I vote yes.
Yeah, Sean already voted yes, so I feel like that I have to at least consider it with the other votes.
I mean, did OC send him a jersey? Right? There's many angles we can go with.
Yeah, ask him that to
Did they
lead off.
exchange jerseys on the field? Like, thanks, man.
Back in my day, we didn't do that.
That's to lead off. Yeah. Hey, Winston, how you doing? All right, I got to get Dustin in here. Dustin or Trox in Willow Grove. This is our old buddy. What's up, Trox?
Boys, we've come a long way from the Wake and Bake with John and Sean. Good to hear you guys on the midday, my man.
What's
Oh, my
happening,
God.
dude?
Yeah, we're all old now.
Yeah, I know. It's all right, man. It's all right.
You ready
How
for
you
golf
boys doing?
season? You ready for golf season with the club?
Golf season? Man, this snow's going to be here till freaking May.
Yeah, no, it's going to be in the 50s
This
next
ain't
week.
going nowhere, dude. But, yeah, it's Jonesing big time. Big time. I got to go south to that. You know what I mean?
No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Yo, so I jump in the car. You guys talking about my boys at DV. Dude, $500 for each one of you to go up there.
Oh, look at
Horsham Hunks.
Trox is throwing
I
$500.
don't know what it would cost for me to go. At least so Sean, while he probably could stand to lose 10 LBs,
20.
He's still all right. He's still he's a little bit got the Labanza.
Yeah, I got the belly.
on there. But still, he could go up there with the shirt off and he would still be more impressive than me.
I don't know about that.
Now, Sean, are you going with like an Eagles-themed banana hammock or like, an 80s workout retro type of thing? What are you thinking on there? Sean? I know you've probably done this before, buddy.
No, I have not. This would be a first. This would definitely be a first. And I like where your vibe is at with the Eagles, but I did say I'm more of a Union guy these days, so it would probably be Philadelphia Union flavor, I would imagine.
Oh, man.
Or you know what? The Wings might sign off on that one, so maybe some Philadelphia Wings attire.
All right, well, Trox, listen, tomorrow we're going to actually decide if he's willing to do this and how much money we can get pledged for it. So stay tuned.
Sunday night.
Yo, stay tuned. I'll try and listen in on you guys. Good to hear you boys. Good to talk to you again. I'll see you guys
There
soon. All right,
he
buddy.
is.
There he is.
Trox. Love it. Wow. Yeah, this is
Just be careful. We're going to have to get Kelly on the horn to say it's okay.
Look, at the end of the day, if it's tied to money, I mean, everybody's got a price. Everybody's got a price. No shame in my
Horsham
game.
Hunks.
I'm a part-timer.
And you could be the Horsham hunk.
I'm a part-timer.
Yeah, that's an extra $500.
Better lead to another shift.
Yeah, that's
all
right.
I
It
know.
could be $500 to win. And going in knowing that you're a radio personality, I don't know who votes on it, but that has to sway people.
That has to help. Certainly
Get
has
hurt.
to help.
Oh, man. My favorite
Horsham Hunks.
the people that be there to see, some ladies, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're rolling out me in the middle of it, I would imagine.
No, but I don't think you're seeing ladies. It's a theme for the night. It's an actual contest. It's a male stripping contest. Horsham hunks.
So what? The girls get the night off?
I guess.
They're probably the judges, I would guess.
Yeah, they may be the judges. They may be. I mean,
Wow.
who knows? Maybe there's crossover and they come out for a little.
I
bit
need to
too.
do some digging on the history of this too.
It maybe is the first one.
Is
I don't
it the
know.
first year? This is a hell of a get by them. I like it. I like the angle.
I was saying it yesterday. My uncle Tony used to strip for parties. He used to go to the parties and do the stripping with the bow tie and the banana hammock.
Oh, jeez.
Back in the 80s. All right. Do you think the Phillies are closer to winning the World Series or missing the playoffs?
my goodness.
I thought it was a really interesting way to put it, and it was difficult for me to answer. Yesterday, Ricky and Bill were talking about it.
Okay.
And I've been not bullish on the Phillies, but I've been positive on the Phillies. To me, they're still a playoff team and will compete for the NL East. Doesn't feel like they're as strong as some other years. And I do have real question marks about the rotation. So I think, could I see them winning the World Series? Yeah, but I really have to squint to see that. Could I see them missing the playoffs? Well, yeah, if they have an injury in their rotation, yeah, I could. Like, that's where everything goes wrong. If they have injuries, Zach Wheeler not being there to start the season's one thing, but relying on Aaron Nola and Andrew Painter and Taijuan Walker that's an entirely different discussion. And it's not you're just like, well, we'll see what Nola does. No, you're seeing what Nola does. You're seeing what two other starters are doing to start the season. So you just worry about and then things snowball, and then the lineup is pressing too much. And Bryce has been injured recently quite a bit. So this isn't a young team, man. So I don't know. I would honestly answer the question that I think they're closer to missing the playoffs than winning the World Series.
I just think there would have to be some drastic situations and health being at the top of the list for this team to miss the playoffs. We understand how good the Dodgers are and how well put together they have been over these past few years, being able to spend all the money in the world. Think about the difference that Shohei's going to bring to that rotation this year now that he's in there full time. It's just hard really for me to sit here and say that they're not going to win the World Series. But if you ask me that question, I have to say that I'm closer to the Phillies winning the World Series than missing the playoffs. I really do think that the Phillies are going to win the division. I just think that there continue to be issues with the Mets and the Braves as far as injuries are concerned. Now, I'm not a guy that's can go clairvoyant on you and predict the future, but
they're already starting off the season with injuries.
Schwellenbach's going to be on the 60-day IL. Didn't
Lindor just had surgery?
Lindor just had surgery. That's a big
on the
deal.
hammock bone.
They're moving Soto to left. We'll see how that one plays out. There's some question marks there. You got Bo Bichette. You might have heard he signed with them. He's going to play third base for the first time in his career.
Would you agree the division's closer this year than it was last year?
Yes, at this point in time, yes.
Because the Mets are the favorite.
Yeah.
So
Peralta was a big get.
Ray and I were both saying, like, look out for the Braves. And then it's like, no, maybe not look out for the Braves. Because I don't know what the hell's going on. They're having serious injuries. This Schwellenbach injuries, when you go on the DL and the 60-day DL in spring training with an elbow issue, that normally turns into Tommy John.
Yeah. Yeah, they're hopeful that this isn't exactly what it's going to be, but I think everyone's probably thinking the same thing at this point in time.
Agreed. So you still say win the World Series?
Closer to than missing the playoffs, yes.
Okay.
Even though I have the Dodgers, of course, winning the World Series, but we got 162 to play. Let's have some fun this year.
Raymond?
Okay?
This was a really great question. I hate to give Bill credit, but I will absolutely give Bill credit on this one. This is a great question because just like you said, I was on the ride home like, I think they're closer to winning the World Series of the two of these. And the issue is we keep going back to the health. There's a lot of players that are going to be out there in the World Baseball Classic. Other teams are going to have pitching out there in the World Baseball Classic. That's going to be a factor across baseball. And if we're all like concerned about health, that means we think that they have, and I hate to say it,
we have a good club.
They have.
We got a really good club.
That's our concern right now. That's probably a good thing compared to where we would be looking through the if we were somewhere else. Like, oh, if you squint, maybe this is a roster that could compete this year. We know this is a roster that compete. We know this roster is a good roster. So if my biggest concern is health with this group, then it's probably a team that's going to be in the postseason. I said yesterday, I'd be shocked if they missed the playoffs. I would be surprised if they won the World Series, but shocked is the stronger word of the two.
Right.
So I'll go with the fact that I think they're close.
So if they have injuries in the rotation, is the offense good enough to carry them? Because it feels like the rotation has been the strength of the team, probably because it has been. Now the bullpen's improved from this time last year for sure. But where do you think the Phillies ranked as far as runs in Major League Baseball team runs per game last season? Where do you think they were? 30 MLB teams.
Phillies on the offense.
Yep. Runs per game.
12th.
I would say right in the middle of the pack.
That's what I would have said.
Yeah.
They were 8th.
Wow, top 10. How about that?
In 2024.
Thank you, Kyle.
How about that?
There you go.
In 2024, they were 5th.
Yeah.
4.8 runs a game in 2024, 4.78 in 2025.
Who was number one and what was number one?
The Yankees were number one in 2025 with 5.19. So when you really slice it down, you were talking about this earlier with the Olympics, a tenth of a second is so close, but like that's the difference between winning the gold and not medaling at all.
Yeah.
So you're talking about between the Phillies and the Yankees last year, you're talking about 0.4 runs per game. Right? Now, I know it can be deceiving because if you're scoring 9 runs in one game and then you're scoring 1 run in the next game and 1 run in the next game, all right, like that's 11 runs, but you're really bad 2 of the 3 games. It doesn't feel like that's what the Phillies do. Like when they go cold, they go cold. I don't know if it's like that with other teams because I don't follow the other teams every day.
Yeah, it seems to be consistent with all the clubs, right? That's good clubs at least, right? And then they're
a good club.
We got a really good club.
Yankees,
you know who can make that number up? Garcia.
Yeah, Merrifield he called Garcia a stud.
Hey man, I'm buying.
All right, so you're buying. All right, that's interesting.
I'm buying 27 plus home runs this year.
So what did my prediction, 25?
Yeah, 25, yes.
Okay, we're not that far off.
Now, I think it's 25 home runs, on-base percentage 270, and he's up there swinging a golf club half the time.
Yeah, I just want him to hit bombs. That's all. I need bombs.
Because I heard John Kincade talking about this morning, and I agree with him. a lot of people now. Poor Nick Castellanos is getting done wrong by the Phillies, but we look at Nick Castellanos, and I know Ray feels like this because we've argued about it before. Castellanos wasn't really that bad as a Philly. He didn't live up to the contract.
No, yeah.
He wasn't that bad. He had his moments.
No.
He wasn't a terrible player.
Yeah.
Better than Jeff Jenkins? Remember, Jeff Jenkins was signed to a similar contract back in the day.
Was it really that close of a contract? Again, the expectations for me, for Castellanos, was more power numbers. He was unbelievable in Cincinnati. He had some great numbers with them.
But what I'm saying with Jenkins is that, like, if you look at, I'm trying to see what the contract was.
That's funny because Jenkins was good with
he was
Brewers.
good.
Yeah, and then like when he came here, he didn't really play all that much. He was just
well, he became a platoon because he sucked.
Yeah.
He spent 1 year in Philadelphia, but Jenkins had 34 home runs 1 year, 28, 27, 25. His last year in Milwaukee, he had 71. Gil gave him the
71 what?
Or excuse me, 21.
It's like what? Jeff Jenkins had 71 home runs.
But Gillick gave him the contract
Yes.
to be the everyday right fielder. He sucked, and that's when Worth came on the scene.
Ooh.
And it was the platoon, and it really was the platoon that Worth ended up being the starter. But he was signed much like Schwarber was. He was signed to be the answer in right field.
What year did Jenkins sign with the Phillies? Do you have that in front of you?
I think it's 09.
08.
Oh,
Excuse me, 08. It was the World Series year.
Wow. That's crazy to think. Like, and then Worth wasn't really.
I gotta look up the
thinking back on the Worth days.
What I got from Spot Track was he signed 08. They paid $5 million to him 08. They paid him about $7 million in 09. And then there was $1 million plus that was on there for 2010.
2, yeah, okay. So, and that Castellanos made a lot more money.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost 20 years ago, too.
Yeah.
So contracts, like this might have
Sure.
been the same value contract as far as salaries and things
He
like that.
wasn't that bad that people want to make him out to be. And you know what? It is a little ruthless that how he's being dealt with, but that comes with the territory, man. It's professional ball players.
Like I said, he cannot take the $20 million from the Phillies,
Correct.
and he can go sign right now with whoever he wants to.
Correct.
Or he can wait like everybody else has to wait.
Correct.
I just have no...
Hang out with Liam. Everything's good.
Yeah, everybody wanted him out of town. Now everybody's mad that the Phillies haven't traded him or released him yet. 610-632-0975.
You can't bring him back because that's really running it back.
They're not bringing him back.
I know that.
All right, we'll check the text line and the phone line. Phillies closer to winning the World Series or missing the playoffs? That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Rushed by the Knicks. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. It's brought to you by Uber Eats. You hungry? Good thing Uber Eats has a great deal waiting for you at La Scala's. From now until March 31st, get a buy one, get one free deal on Rigatoni Vodka on the app. Order now only on Uber Eats. Terms apply. See app for details. The Knicks beat the Sixers 138-89 last night. The 76ers found themselves down 30 at the end of the first half, and they'll now head into the All-Star break. Tyrese Maxey representing the Sixers in the All-Star game and the three-point competition. VJ come amongst the rising stars. Phillies spring training is underway. We got an update from Zach Wheeler on his recovery.
Getting the repetitive throwing, just making sure everything is in time and in sync. And, I think the next thing is probably just moving back further. Then we'll do the flat grounds and then off the mound a little bit.
Wheeler's former teammate Whit Merrifield joined us earlier in the show to talk about the Phillies, where they're at, and what the clubhouse is like from his time with the Phillies in 2024. Former Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo found a new home. He's the pass game coordinator for the Dolphins. This update's also brought to you by Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm's President's Day sale is here. Score unbeatable deals to get matched with the perfect bed. They make sleep easy. I'm Ray Dunn in your home for the Sixers Flyers. Best bird talk in town. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
know the words, Sean? And the one-armed drummer. I had this cassette tape.
Oh,
believe it or not.
This is hysteria. This is one of the greatest albums of all time.
It doesn't make sense that I would have this because I wasn't into that. At the same time, I had U2 Rattle and Hum,
all right,
which was a great cassette. And I had Def Leppard. And then from there, I went Public Enemy, and I don't think I ever looked back. But
yeah, it's a little different. Hysteria had bangers, as you just heard, of course.
Get it there. Yes, I'm going to get it. Come on, see, give it.
Rocket.
Yeah, Rocket.
Yeah. Animal Love Bites. Hysteria.
Well, I have on my I photographed. That wasn't from that, but I have that on my Amazon Music playlist.
Dude, I saw these guys open up a Walmart in Raleigh, North Carolina in like 2003. They played for free.
Seriously?
I swear to you. No lies.
But they were on tour with Motley Crue.
They're killing it. I would push them for the halftime show next year. I'm telling you.
Over Bad Bunny?
Well, the names are being tossed up for next year already because that's a hot topic. Backstreet Boys.
I can't even think
Taylor
about this.
Swift.
I'm so halftime showed out. Please, no more.
Yes.
I want it to go away. I want to go back to when you turned on Beavis and Butthead.
Tap it out.
During the halftime show. All right, so we have some pledges. So we don't have a phone bank yet, but we have the text line. Are people pledging for Sean to be a stripper?
All right, Karate Mark's throwing 50 down, and we also have West Coast Dale from Northeast Philly pledging $250.
West Coast Dale coming from the top rope. I texted the wife. Nothing back yet. I just said simply, can I strip on Sunday? I think there might be $1,500 at least.
Horsham Honks.
So Venmo, you can Venmo Sean.
Dude.
By the way, what does station management think about this?
No shame in my game.
I haven't gotten a text yet.
Oh, so Scott's not listening?
We'll monitor the situation.
Well, I'm just saying, if listeners were Venmoing Sean money to go to Double Visions, the strip.
It stops. It's not full. It's not full throttle. It's definitely not full throttle. We keep it PC.
We're going to get more details on, is there, what's the expectation? Fully nude?
No, I can't do fully nude.
That's what I'm saying.
Fully nude. We're going to stop. We're going to stop it.
You got to wear the banana.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Oh, yeah, let's go. Never rocked one before, but hell, I'm doing it. You only live once.
All right.
It's cold out there, and I am pale as a ghost.
It sure is.
Oof.
It sure is.
Night to spray me up.
All right. What were
Ray,
we
get
doing
my back. Get my back, Ray.
What were we doing this segment right? I don't even remember. You played the song coming back, and I lost track.
Chris from Philly checking in. I'd say missing the playoffs is more likely. Imagine Schwarber or Harper miss significant time. I think they both could get by with pitching, but a pitching injury during the season, batter injury, I'm not sure they could get by.
Yeah, that's fair. If you lose two of your main pieces.
Right. Which is also, I hate doing if they get injured, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, if you lose your best players, of course. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I could easily tell you how they win the World Series. It's just one of these things. They got hot at the right time. Their starting pitching's great. Their bullpen's locked down, and they just had that special thing that was going on. I don't know how easy it is to do that tangibly.
Right. I mean, and there's legitimate conversation with the Thompson audio from earlier in the week about them not being as good a team as they were a season ago right now. It's just that team won 96 games, and we saw what 96 games got you. It got you 2 home playoff games. The Dodgers came in here and took care of business. I think they just get into the dance.
I want to put this out there. Do you know that the Dodgers came within one game and almost lost Game 7? Remember the hell of a catch out there in left field.
Oh, that's right.
To the Toronto Blue Jays. You know how many games the Blue Jays won last year?
89?
94.
Oh.
You know who else won 94 games?
No.
Didn't the Phillies?
96.
96. There you go. Even more.
Yep.
So there you go. You get hot. You keep it going.
The best chance they had to win a World Series was their worst regular season, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy when you think like that.
Won more games now going back to the McCannon days every single season.
Of course, that's a pretty good lineup. Vlad Guerrero Jr., George Springer, your leadoff, Bo Bichette. Yeah, that's a good lineup that they had. That's a good team, good club that they had up there in Toronto.
They are a good club.
We have a good club.
Pitching, though, I mean, come on, Max Scherzer.
So, Sean, we had saw. Do we have enough time to do it right now? I mean, we at least have to say R.I.P. to James Vanderbeek, who died. I didn't even know he had cancer.
Yeah, I think that's what we do here. We're up against it. But James Vanderbeek, Vanderbeek passed away. And it was a tough deal for a lot of people out there. Obviously, you connect with these people through what they're known for, is whether it's movies or television. And this one is an easy one. It was Dawson's Creek. For a lot of people. Now, I believe this was colon cancer that ended up
colorectal cancer. Yeah.
Colorectal cancer, and he was very outgoing and on social media, and it looked like he was going to get through it. And it's unfortunate that it did take his life. He has 6 beautiful kids. The wife is,
it's heartbreaking.
That's terrible. But like I said, a lot of people will remember him from Dawson's Creek. But I just want to say that there is something pretty cool when you do sports movies and you do them right. And I'll tell you right now, I know from the Wings and the Flyers, they air this speech of Mox in the locker room for Varsity Blues every single time they're down in a game. It will roll out there, and I'm sure they're not the only club that does that down there in the stadium to get their fan bases hyped. But if we could, it's one of the greatest speeches when it comes to sports movie history. Let's hear Mox, Varsity
We'll
Blues.
play the next 24 minutes for the next 24 minutes. And we'll leave it all out on the field. We got the rest of our lives to be mediocre, but we have the opportunity to play like gods for the next half of football. But we can't be afraid to lose. There's no room for fear in this game. And we go out there and we half-ass it because we're scared. All we're left with is an excuse. We're always going to wonder. But we go out there and we give it absolutely everything. That's heroic. Let's be heroes.
And this is what also makes it, too, is what the music comes out to.
I added that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Look at you.
It wasn't that song. But it's crazy, man. Varsity Blues, think about it. Billy Bob is dead. Paul Walker died in 2013, and now we just lost James Vanderbeek, and it's sad. It's terrible. Too young for a lot of those legends. I didn't really know Ron Lester, Billy Bob, but he was phenomenal in that show. Or movie. I loved Varsity Blues. Loved it. Loved it.
All right, Friday Night Lights for Varsity Blues.
That's a tough one.
I know it is.
Oh, come on.
Similar era of the movie.
What was more important to me? Varsity Blues.
Okay. Yeah. All right. You could watch either one right now. Varsity Blues?
Wow.
Because Friday Night Lights also had a TV series.
Friday Night Lights was incredible.
That I didn't watch live, but later on I binged it. And it was, I don't think I did the whole thing, but it was great.
The band that played the Friday Night Lights soundtrack, Explosions in the Sky, just incredible. What a movie. Billy Bob Thornton played a hell of a coach.
Yeah.
If I could watch one right now, obviously James just passing away, I got to choose Varsity Blues. Got to go Varsity.
You know who wrote Friday Night Lights, the book?
I do.
It's got adapted into the movie and then the TV
he's
show.
An absolute maniac too. What's his name? Buzz, wasn't it?
Buzz Bissinger.
There you go, Buzz.
Who also has, if you're looking for he wrote the book, A Prayer for the City. It was, he followed around Ed Rendell when he was the mayor. And it is, I don't know what it reads like, and I'm sure it reads even better today, but I read it right when it first came out. I think I was just out of high school. Incredible book.
Oh, yeah, and he also has a leather.
He has
a leather
fetish.
addiction, yeah.
Yes, he does.
My Gucci addiction. There's a picture for you. Remember what his feet
Yeah,
up?
I think he went broke because he couldn't stop buying leather.
Who doesn't?
Or he spent a lot of money on
Who
it.
doesn't have that issue?
All right. Anyway, yeah. So were you a Dawson's Creek guy?
Look, I think we all growing up in that era had to tune in from time to time on the WB, right?
Were you in high school?
Yes.
Yeah. So you knew, like,
I was a Katie Holmes fan.
Mine was 90210.
Oh.
And I don't know if one is more chickish than the other. I would say they're similar.
Dude, Jenny Garth is on my television now promoting something. She looks fantastic. She
From
is
90210.
She's flawless. She's 53. I looked this up.
All natural, I'm sure.
It's close.
Yeah.
I don't know what's what. I can't tell you, but she's very, very pretty.
Yeah. Ray, what was your chickish show that you watched? Anything?
According to you, How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, it's a chickish show. It's not like Dawson's Creek. It's not a drama like Dawson's Creek or 90210, but Yeah, it is.
I wasn't a How I Met Your Mother guy.
There are men out there right now listening that are saying, Marks, you bleeping bleep.
It's a good show.
How I Met Your Mother's not a chick show. Shut up. And it's like, yeah, because you like the show. That's why you're saying it's not a chick show. It's a chick show.
Oh.
Not like Dawson's Creek, but you're like, you go watch the Big Bang Theory afterwards. 'Cause that's essentially what you're doing. Big Bang Theory and How I Met Your Mother.
Right into Two Broke Girls. Let's keep it going.
What is the name of it? CBS Thursday.
That's it. Exactly.
Right, Ray? You agree?
Sure. I asked this question. I'm still curious to get your response. I want to know what sitcom is not one.
Chickish?
That's the issue, right? Like it feels like if that.
But now it also feels like it's older people. What younger person's watching a CBS show?
If it's on a streaming service, probably.
Yeah, but what? No, I mean, my mom's watching, like CSI Miami. There's 25 years old watching 25-year-olds out there watching CSI Miami. No, they're watching YouTube videos.
Correct. YouTube,
doing TikTok
Netflix,
dances.
whatever. How I Met Your Mother had Jason Segel and Neil Patrick Harris. Like that's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It's a great show. I'm a big fan of the show.
Big Bang Theory was a great show too.
I didn't like them.
My wife loved it, and I got trapped into watching it.
Yes, you're right. Thank you.
Well, How I Met Your Mother is not that though.
But that's how I know of these shows because of Liz.
Correct.
I never watch these. I would never watch these. And How I Met Your Mother is extremely annoying. And even though Neil Patrick Harris, Barney, could have done a good job, and I did watch the show, otherwise I hate the show.
Doogie.
Hate it. And Big Bang Theory is very annoying, but I can see why it was very successful.
Yeah, it was definitely a show that you would watch. Yeah, it was good.
All right, coming up, apparently the owner of Double Visions is on the line.
Yeah.
Horsham Hunks.
Stop it.
That's what the call street
Let's go.
The YouTube chat recap, that's coming up.
I got
next.
people asking me what my Venmo is right now.
Horsham Hunks.
Kelly responded too. I'll give you her answer on the other side.
Will Sean be competing in the Horsham Hunks contest? The Double Visions on Sunday night. We may know more coming up after this. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. All right, let's talk about, man, the only place I would ever place a bet ever, the BetParx app. How about live betting on the BetParx app? You have the Pro Basketball All-Star Game. You have the contest on Saturday night. They're all right there on the BetParx app. Pro hockey, college hoops, Olympics right now. A ton of stuff to bet on. The BetParx online casino and sportsbook app is the only app I would ever recommend. They have your favorite classic casino games right on your phone. You can play blackjack, craps, roulette, hundreds of online slots, and, of course, you're betting all your favorite sports. Bet player performances during the big game. So join me on the BetParx app. Live bet any game, and new users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. BetParx.com for details. Whether your team scores or not, there's always another way to win on the BetParx online casino and sportsbook app. You must be 21 and in PA, New Jersey, or Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
No.
Oh, by the way, I want to, one time in my life, use the term bands to describe money. That's like, or racks. Racks, right? Like one time in my life, I want to have enough money where I can be like, yo, I got a rack on that. John's like,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
That's like the one time you're going to use it right there, saying that you want to use it.
Yeah, it defines like a roll of money. Like a band is what, 50, I don't know.
So that's what the young people are saying?
Yeah, racks.
Around it.
Well, I got 50 racks. 50 racks on that. Rack is, I believe, 1,000.
Yeah.
Really?
In a band, I don't know what it is. Actually,
10,000?
I would imagine somebody could help us out with that, though.
Well, so Sean Brace, Sean, I just Googled Horsham Hunks, the contest.
Yeah.
And at Double Visions, apparently on Sunday night, if you might hear the commercials right here on the station, including during the show, they're having a contest where men are coming out to compete for the $500 grand prize.
A lot of hunks in Horsham.
Yep. Jason from Double Visions, we talked about today. Jason from Double Visions was probably getting texted. We were talking about it. What's up, Jay?
How you doing, guys?
All right. So tell us about the Horsham Hunks contest. Is this the first time you're doing it, or is this the inaugural event?
This is actually the third time we're doing it. We came up with this idea, I guess, a year and a half ago. And, you always have the women amateur night where the women come out and compete, for $500. And you always have the peanut gallery of the men chirping a little bit and this and that. So we decided to do a little event for the men to either put up or shut up. And it was a huge success the first two times, so we're keeping it rolling.
What night is the amateur night? Just wondering.
We rotate them quarterly, so
okay.
It's not like a definite amateur night every time. But on our website and on our Instagram, you can check that out for when the dates for the women amateur night. But this Sunday is the male amateur night.
So what I'm wondering for Sean, because he's considering it, is what are the guys that have won or been there in years past? Does Sean have any chance to win this? Right? Like I'm not. He could lose a couple of pounds. He's a good-looking guy, but. Do they do pole dancing? What exactly is Sean's expectations here?
So the winner is going to win by applause only. So there's no judges. So whoever gets the loudest applause by the end of the event, takes the crown. But you think about a male amateur night, and you think this big buff ripped guy. None of that happens really. We get all amateurs, dad bods, full effect. Banana hammocks rocking out.
My God.
It's a pretty cool thing. You want to do pole tricks, you do it. It might up your chances, but...
Horsham Hunks.
You're describing, Sean, everything you just said with the dad bod. Everything you just described was Sean, right?
What if I go up there with, like, balloons? Could I start just making, like, circus animals, make me a bicycle, all that? Would that help my chances, too?
I think if the people are into that and they cheer for you, you know what I mean? Anything happens.
That's all that matters. All that matters. Well, Jason, thank you for the update.
Yeah, I got to run it by management first, and I'll let you know when my agent says, Jason. But,
we'll have to make it. That'll be final answer tomorrow. I'm trying to raise some funds to get him to do it. So, but
well, Sean, drinks are on us if you want to compete.
My man, Jason, I appreciate that. Keep up the great work up there, sir.
Thanks, buddy.
You got it, gentlemen. Thanks for having me on.
Yes. Oh, that's a hell of a job right there, baby. I love it.
So you said Kelly chimed in?
Yeah. And she's in and out of the car, so she needs a little bit more information because all I got was, with the
information mark. Is we're guaranteeing Sean $1,000 to go.
I might have added a couple extra dollars on that via text.
Okay, $1,500.
I did say $1,500. That's men to get the party started. Just the reality is, it's tough. It's tough. If I get, it's Sunday. I don't,
We'll see. We'll see. Final answer tomorrow.
Stay tuned.
Let's get to the YouTube chat recap. Boom.
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in?
Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
Yep.
John looks like my 87-year-old grandmother's powder room. MBD from the YouTube chat.
Yep. I'm giving the people what they want, Sean.
That is a good one.
My wife looked at the shirt when I saw the shirt in the Express. And by the way, shout out, because my guy up there that I've seen him multiple times now, he was a John and Sean fan.
Yeah?
From back in the day. Yeah.
Express?
So every time I up in the outlets.
Oh, nice.
It's Philadelphia Premium outlets.
There you go.
So, yeah, but that's this right here.
Wait, so you went to buy a shirt in Express at the outlets and the guy recognized you?
Yeah, I've seen him in there a couple times now.
Nice.
Yep. Yep,
I love the outlets.
It's a nice 12-minute drive for me. It's good. But I'm giving people what they like, and I like the floral shirts. I like the bright colors, the light colors. Probably more for spring, but
hey, man,
I've had it. I want to wear it.
Any image that gets us closer to warm weather, I'm in.
What do we got? Go ahead.
Brace looks like he is sponsored by TJ Maxx, and John just came from Goodwill. Rudavad from the YouTube chat.
TJ Maxx. You ain't getting this jersey at TJ Maxx.
So you wore that because of we're going to play some Lou.
Well, yeah, I had some Lou Brown from Major League, greatest speeches, but we'll put that on on the back burner for another time. However, I did also wear this because spring training's here, man. I got pumped up watching the guys throwing yesterday, the mitts popping, the smell of the grass through John Clark's Instagram page. Loved it.
They were popping. All right, go ahead.
John's shirt is made from the architectural blueprints of his local 7-Eleven. D Flyers from the YouTube chat.
Stop. It looks like I have a it's not a plate, but it's like a serving dish that does kind of mimic, or this mimics that. And it's a nice item. I like to bring it out, especially when it gets a little bit warmer. But yeah.
The shirt or the plates?
Well, the plates too.
Oh, okay.
It's not a winter. You're not serving a bowl of fruit because it's not a winter type thing. You want to use a darker serving bowl for that.
Right.
So, like when you're outside having watermelon and having people over with burgers and stuff, I have this serving. That's more of a summer serving dish.
Nice.
So that shirt reminds you of serving things in the summer.
I'm just saying it looks similar.
Got it.
The color scheme's similar. Go ahead. Love one.
John looks like he's about to walk into a bank and commit check fraud. Fran from the YouTube chat.
That's a good one.
Tough to do check fraud these days, though, no?
Yeah. Who pays with checks these days? Anybody?
I do.
Oh, still?
Well, I have to pay the nursery school with the check.
Okay. It's a pain in the neck, too. I still write checks. I write for the cleaner, and I write for the lawn care. It's a pain in the neck. Can I just Venmo you?
We Venmo the cleaner.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah. And you'll have more money in Venmo if you go to Horsham Hunks. And it sounds like you're going to win, too.
I don't know if I'm winning.
And I think Petrilli should enter, too, because it sounds like he could have a legit shot to win.
Like I said, back in the day, I used to be able to let guns blazing and do things whatever I wanted, but now I actually have to do things the right way to a point.
You have a family.
Yeah.
All right.
If it wasn't this Sunday, again, we'll give the answer tomorrow. I don't know.
If it was next Sunday, you would have more time.
Got a better chance. Yeah. Although there's a Wings game next Sunday.
Oh, so you couldn't do
Park
it
at the bowl.
All right, what do you got?
John is dressed like a Georgian car salesman in Bustleton who is trying to sell me a rundown Avalon. If Bayless from the YouTube chat.
So if Bale sounds like he's from Northeast Philly. If he's bringing up Bustleton and he said Georgian.
Oh, we don't know if. We just know.
I don't know how he is.
No, we only outsource AI images to If Bayless.
But if he knows that you have a lot of my Ukrainian buddy, he was down in Somerton.
The Ukraine.
Because you get a lot of Ukrainians in the Somerton. That's the Bustleton area.
Yeah,
so I guess the Georgian people are big down there.
I'll tell you what, the YouTube chat will be coming out for a show party. We might have to do that at Double Visions.
We definitely have to have a show party. By the way, if we do this on Sunday night, I'm not going. We're gonna need Dutz to take one for the team and go film it.
Yeah, that's a good call. Dutsy, you go do that.
If Ricky Bo comes with me on Sunday, then I'll mount up.
Nate's also not far away. Dutz would have to come all the way from Jersey. It'd be a long drive.
That's on Nate.
Yeah, I think
This
Nate.
is on
maybe.
Nate.
Oh, Nate, yeah.
We'll
Nate,
pay him.
Come on out, Nate.
We'll pay
I
him.
would go. I don't want my first strip club experience to be.
Excuse me?
This.
Never been to a strip club.
I'll take odds on that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I bet.
No, he's never been to a strip
You've
club.
never been?
No.
Oh, man.
No, he's not proud of it. He's just saying he's never been.
Yeah, there's good people there. Good conversation.
Yep.
Good times.
And we were going to do a day with Ray at Risque for his first time.
That's one of the.
Coming up next, Ricky Bo, Bill Colarulo. See you.
Now,